All right, all right, all right. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if YouTube says we're on. Okay, that sounds good. All right, folks, what's up? Just drifting in here on a late night. All right, what's up, man? I thought you had work. Elbow bump. How come you guys are not out? You guys are young. Y'all supposed to be out partying. I love my black queens. So what's up, y'all? What's up, Edward, Art of Itmore, Dar, Joel, George, Jeff? Hey, what's going on, Smooth? E. Teller? Oh, everybody's working. Okay, cool. Craig, Sam, what's up, y'all? Anyway, uh, I don't even know what I'm going to say tonight because there's so much going on. There's so much going on, man. It's like you think the end of the year, fear porn. No, we're not going 8 hours. Might go two, man. May go two. Valeri, what's up? ShatterPoints are supposed to be short. Those 8 hour hangouts are probably a thing of the past, man. I'm getting too old for winter. Yeah, winter's getting pretty bad. These chicks are coming back to the table, man. It's not quite full on panic, man, but you can hear them rustling all the way up and down the line. You got the yeah. There was one video I still have to do about this chick saying that she brings nothing but pussy to the table. That's it. I said it's called the Kevin Samuels effect. Yeah, I say 2 hours. Yeah, I don't think I can go much longer than that. And most black females are actually single. Most black females are actually single. And if you guys that would marry him, uh, don't stay married to him for very long. Normally, if you get engaged to a woman, man, uh, if you're not gonna marry her right away, don't even give her the ring. If you're not gonna marry her within 6 months, don't even give her a ring. Because if it takes like a year of engagement, man, she gonna do something to fuck it up. Well, there's no reason to lie. I mean, all their lies have been disproven. What are they gonna do? 4 years maximum for what? An engagement? No. I mean, guys. I think guys get engaged to a woman um, as a holding pattern because she wants to get married and you want to keep her around. So you get engaged without uh, having the whole commitment. Because most guys that I asked, I said, "How? When did you know that she was wife material?" They said, "Well, about 30 days." And if you haven't decided to actually pull the ripcord within like 90 days, you're probably not. She's probably There's probably some problems with how you two get along. Oh well, yeah. Hey, I have no problem with TLA doing whatever he does, man. He wants to do it 4 hours. God bless him. Well, yeah. Well, they are just starting to come back. They haven't gotten completely humble yet. That's the process, man. This is not microwave popcorn. It's a process. It's hard to know what automation technology is going to look like. I mean, and it's hard to know exactly where it's going to hit. A lot of times it hits some places that you don't think is going to hit. People think that it's construction or truck driving, and all it takes is one Congress bill away to actually change everything, like within 6 months. It's very difficult. All the stuff is there. It's just a matter of how they want to implement it. No, I don't think so. I don't think men are going to accept just a verbal apology. I think black men want to see action. If there's no action attached to what they're doing, then to what they're saying, then I don't think most men will accept it. Because men have heard all that stuff before, so all that crying and boohooing and I apologize. It's nice to hear. Personally, I don't want to hear it. I want to see action. I think some guys want to hear it. They'll hear it and they'll listen to it, but is that enough? I don't think so. But that's just me. But you have a lot of guys, man, that are purple pill. They pretend that they're red, but they're purple, and it's just one blowjob away. Even in MGTOW, man, a long time ago, we said guys are just one blowjob away from going back into the matrix. It doesn't matter whether it was a fake or not. It doesn't matter whether it's fake or not. The thing is that the position that she holds and the degree that she holds and her influence because of that degree and her apologizing in public means a lot more than whether it was fake or real. I think it was actually real because most people in that position don't do things willy nilly. They don't do things that a PhD is not going to do things they can't take back. If they don't really believe it, then 9 times out of 10 they won't say it. I don't even know where you are, man. CJ, you had your chance, man. I could care less. I'm not looking for you, CJ. I don't care. Um, it does. It believe me, it doesn't matter. The thing is that, um, and I've said this before. Um, when black women actually assume power, like the 2020, like the 2018 to 2020, when they actually assume power, I said we got them where we want them because now they have to be responsible. Now they have to be accountable, and they're being accountable is not feeling too good. I don't know why CJ left this stream. I care, man. I didn't boot up a stream for CJ. I don't care. If you know, I really don't care. I made a stream for CJ because he said he was ready. He didn't show up. I had a 4 hour stream without him because I don't, contrary to popular belief, I really don't need people to show up for a stream. Okay, I really don't need uh, any particular people to show up for a stream. People will show up, and the people that show up will actually talk and enjoy themselves. That's all that really counts. Well, yeah, children are a lot of their. Well, the thing is, the government's need for children is uh, for human resources where their power is held, and a lot of and with equality, especially civil rights, whatever they give to white women, they have to give to black women. So sometimes black women actually riding off the coattails of white women. Oh, you're a YouTube scholar now. Dave, I'll have to send you a certificate. If they want to talk to CJ, that's fine. I don't care. I'm giving CJ respect because I used him in a video. That's the only reason I reached out to him because if I use him, he deserves a chance of rebuttal. Other than that, don't care. Will 2022 be worse than 2020? It can't get worse than 2020 because 2020 the whole economy shut down. And I don't think they're going to shut it down again. Even Biden says you're not going to see another shutdown. I didn't think you would. I think you could only do it actually once. Um, if you do it once and you shut down an economy this large, you can't do it again. Either you do it right the first time or you don't do it at all. So they didn't do it right the first time. They can't afford to do it this time. So it's not going to happen. So whatever happens, happens with COVID. The thing is, you hope that Omicron, which they say is less virulent, not virulent, but less lethal, uh, will stay that way. If Omicron stays less lethal and it doesn't put people in the hospital like Delta or the original, I think it was the B, the Beta, then we should be fine. But what do we get? I'll drop the link in about another 5 minutes. So if you guys want to ask questions, this is the time because if people come up, it's kind of hard to answer questions. So whatever questions you got, this is the time to ask them. COVID-19 unicorn variant, Unicron. Uh, we have no idea. A whole lot of inflation is tied to that free money. There's no such thing as free, Sam. You know that. No such thing as free. That's like when they can't do it again. This is the gas going down is normal. Okay, during the wintertime. That's a normal drop. One you have was it Evergrande in China? You got Omicron and you got economic slowdown with the whatchamacallit, with the supply chain being all clogged up. So all those three things are actually pushing on the on profits because China's probably might China if Omicron actually slows China's production down, then and China, Korea, Asia's production down, then yeah, you're gonna see a slowdown, just like you did, not quite 2020 level, but it'll be something similar. And plus you're way overbought on stocks. I think abortion's pretty much Roe v. Wade. Abortion will still be there, but Roe v. Wade is probably going to die. I don't. I don't think they would hear it unless they were going to overturn it. If they don't overturn it, I'd be shocked. If you go to Dr. Johnson's video, Dr. Tiosan Johnson's page, you see the apology video. Oh, thanks for years of backlog. Yeah, it's a lot, man. Hell, it would take you a long time just to go through the through all the lives. I doubt they will go to war with Russia. I don't think you want them to go to war with Russia. What state are you in, JC? Because if you're in Michigan or Ohio or Minnesota, they're going bonkers. Depends on what state that you're in. Well, when white women should have babies. I knew that. I knew the abortion bill was a thing when I knew abortion was a thing when was going to go when they couldn't get the fertility rate up. I knew that eventually they were going to have to do something. You think black men will continue to underperform for a decade to catch up to white men? You can answer that one yourself, Joe. Black men have always underperformed. You're a, you're a goddamn what? Designated underclass. You think you'll outperform white men? Get real. And your black women are helping them. Get real. How can because who the mother is determines the outcome of the kids. They're bad mothers. It's real simple. You got kids, Blackfoot. It's real simple. Black women have control of the children, no matter whether you're involved or not. And then also the school system that agrees with the black mothers. Being involved and having control over two different things, Blackfoot. Thing is, you guys been around enough. Do you guys actually read? You guys ask all these questions. You guys actually study, read. You guys should be the most knowledgeable group of people on the planet. You have the internet. You can look up anything in like 5 minutes. Do you guys actually study? That 850, basically, that is a version of the UBI. Now, why they did something as stupid as to give it to just strictly black women, I don't know. I don't think it's just black women. I think it's women, period, which is basically welfare. Um, UBI has been tried in Sacramento, I think a city in Oregon, I think a city in Washington, and I think there might be a city on the East Coast where they've tried it. So this is basically a version of the UBI. I need a Georgia copy by New York City taxes. $3 a month to deal with her. Jervis, I have no idea what the fuck that is, but don't put no all caps. Okay, let's see. Yeah, they do. I mean, that's statistical, man. Asian females and then white females, but that's statistics. Oh yeah, they have to try it out. So it's not that's nothing new. Oh well, you should be spending your coffee money now. Hybrid Ninja, come on, man. We're smarter than that, man. You got to be smarter than that. And you come in and saying stuff, man, throwing stuff around. You got to be smarter than that. They get more welfare than $850 a month. They get more in benefits, man. I actually showed you the welfare cliff, man. Poor black women get by 50, $60,000 in benefits. The Section 8 is worth more than $850 in UBI. What's up, Truth? Yeah, well, man, I keep. Why you guys keep tripping off about vaccines and stuff like that? Man, I told you last year that this was going to happen. This is our only way out. Yeah, well, when murders are up, man, because of COVID, people are snapping. So I'm not surprised. And plus, you got an economic downturn for certain people. Um, Murders are up. People are actually going ransacking. You know, shoplifting teams actually ransacking whole department stores. It's going to get nuts because civil order is kind of breaking down. What is TPLF? It will until it doesn't. At some point, they're gonna run out of money, and at some point, they cannot keep how many was it? 160 million women or females as concubines. It's impossible. Can't afford it. It's a breakdown in civil order that's going to happen. You're gonna have breakdown solo. If you can't get the economy back rolling the way it was, once you have a break like this, and you can't get your economy back rolling the way it was, civil disorder is actually gonna happen. So it's gonna take a minute to get it back right. You guys, y'all spoiled, man. Try this in the rest of the third world and see how you actually fare. You guys are spoiled. The only way to bring it back into real order, which is something you guys don't want, is a fucking police state. You get a good three years crackdown um, of zero tolerance, people will get back in order. But you guys don't want to see a police state, at least not a heavy-handed one, even though you already live in one. The surge in cause of murders is actually drugs. It's always drugs. Charles can tell you it's drugs. If it wasn't for the drug trade, murders would be way down because are not. Most people don't have a reason to just go out and kill each other willy nilly like that. And most people don't kill each other willy nilly. They're actually killing each other for territory, and that spills over. Anyway, last questions. Uh, there will never be enough police. The thing is, you have to get people get people back into the matrix. You got to get people back into policing themselves. There will never be enough police. There will never be enough police to actually um, control everybody. It's impossible. Staying strapped in. People think guns are the answer, right? You do, but it's not. Guns aren't the answer. People controlling themselves is the answer. Because eventually, if people start loading up on guns and start shooting each other, which you see happening right now. People snap and start getting into disagreements, start shooting each other. The Wild Wild West was fine when it's only a few 100,000 people. What happens when it's millions of people? If everybody's strapped and everybody's pointing guns at each other, can you really walk down the street safely? If you had to rely on guns for protection, then you're in the wrong. You're actually probably in the wrong city. If you have to walk out your house strapped to be safe, you're in the wrong city because um, there's too many corners, there's too many buildings, there's too many obstructions, right? Yeah, it's one thing if somebody gets pissed off at you, pulls a gun on you out in plain sight. What if somebody's going to ambush you from a corner or from an alley or from a car? What good is your gun going? What good is your gun going to do? If somebody drives by with a freaking Uzi and starts drilling your car, what's going to happen? What's your gun going to do? Nothing. The basis, the golden rule is what protects most people because most people don't want to be fucked with. Most people want to live and let live. Because you get in a society that breaks down where you have chaos, you know, it might be between you and the gun, but the thing is, that's not the kind of society you want to live in. You can have a sniper rifle mid range, but the thing is, if you got one, who else has one? Y'all, no, you guys have never been in a war zone, okay? You never. The military goes in war zones armed to the teeth, right? And they're scared shitless when they have to go into a battle zone because, especially urban battle zone, because there's too many places for people to hide. You guys ask for stuff that you really don't want, okay? Yeah, it will. Eventually, it will. Eventually it'll be a bunch of second world countries. I think if it loses like its status, I think the United States will probably break up because it won't have enough money and power to actually hold it together. It'll probably break up. Oh, well, if you think about it, listen, go down and take the ASVAB and see where you stand. You know what? Guns work guns work uh, when people are um, are kind or basically kind to each other. You get a bunch of guns where people are out to get each other. That shit is a place that you don't want to be. With a bunch
Oh
of guns where
man,
people point each other.
I gotta do my I gotta do my Ric Flair to Mean Gene Okerlund. BTS. How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Oh
What's
yeah.
up? Your mic's a little low, Charles. Yeah.
What about
Pookie,
now?
where you at? Are you at work, Pookie? You at work,
God
man?
damn.
He
Yeah,
must be at work, man. Yeah.
he got that
He
Optimus
got
Prime wireless.
no. He got that Obama phone again, man.
That desert cellular. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, this sounds like a subject I might be able to talk about. You know, I
Hmm.
might know a little something of. Gun.
No, it's not better. It's not better, man. We
It's
getting
actually worse.
yeah.
Jeez, you
Yeah.
sound like you're.
Oh, this is not a test, Pookie.
This is this is a test. It's only a test. God damn, my man sound like he's doing chopped and screwed. But yeah, you're right about that. Okay, let me pull up some facts for you. Do you know how many cops there are in the United States currently?
That's a
A
good question.
little less than 700,000.
Yeah, for 330 million people.
The highest we went to was almost a million.
Mm.
So let me put it to you this way. I'm not saying I'm an expert of policing or military. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Hmm.
But this is the problem with guns. You have to respect the gun. When people want to do things to you, yeah, you can carry as much as you want legally or illegally. It's not much you can do. Yeah,
No,
your
you're
turn.
still bad. It's
You got
still
to
bad.
drop out and come back up.
You come back in or something, or you get to a better site because you're really pretty bad.
Damn, you must be out in the desert.
You got to get to a better site, man. It hasn't gotten better. Oh, you got an alternative up? Okay, all right.
But the problem with this is that do I believe in gun laws?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a lot
much
better.
better.
Yeah.
I don't I don't believe in gun laws per se because the only people who respect gun laws are people who don't commit crimes. Criminals don't give a
Hmm.
fuck. You're gonna end up being like in Iraq, where people are just gonna take pop shots at you. Okay, it can get really violent, like the Hatfields and the McCoys type shit.
Hmm. No,
No, it's
go
worse.
down to Mexico City with the cartels and see what it's like
Go go
when
go
gun
look at
laws get out of control.
Jamaica, Brazil, and Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico, the three most violent cities in the world in Mexico.
Hell's a local call, isn't it?
It'd be anarchy. The
It's
last
not
thing you want is a
military
whole bunch of
tactics.
amateurs with guns.
It's not even
I
even.
think it starts off with chaos, and then you get some strong men in that kind of
It
bring
never gets
things
better.
down a little bit.
It's
It
still
never
chaotic.
gets better. The
It's
only
still
way the
chaotic.
only way the only way chaos gets done is when enough people die off and people get tired of going at each other.
Mm,
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I
then
think you go into kind of a tribal situation. Like some areas might have a little bit of a police state. You go to another place, it might be chaos, kind of like the warlords in Afghanistan.
it's
So,
pretty
so
much Mad Max.
has Afghanistan got better?
No, it hasn't.
No,
That's
I'm not
that's
saying
down.
it's peaceful, but I'm saying that by all means, you have difference between indiscriminate killing,
You
versus
No, you
just
don't. No, you don't.
you know what kills chaos? quicker than guns? Starvation.
Yeah.
You get hungry. You got to cooperate.
Was it
That's what.
Beirut in the 80s? I have a couple of friends who came from that. They're
Mm-hmm.
now old folks, and they said that the chaos just left so many people sick of dealing with whatever the fight was ever about, that
Mm-hmm.
now most of the buildings, they left the bullet holes so it would remind people of why
Chill out.
they don't
Okay.
want it to continue, that they don't
Mm-hmm.
want to have that type of battle. So you've seen, I think most of Lebanon has been pretty
War
peaceful for
torn.
the past 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Um,
to Art of It more, you don't suck your thumbs, you suck your big toes. But anyway,
Lebanon was pretty volatile in the
in
last
the
few
in the
decades, to be
70s, in the
honest.
70s and 80s.
Yeah.
you,
But
you don't
but
really
basically
recover from that.
that's because Israel is actually destabilizing Lebanon. So it wasn't
Hmm
just
Most of
all
the
of them,
region. Yeah.
huh?
Mhm.
He had outside forces destabilizing
Yeah,
Lebanon.
like,
So
but
what's
you
going?
got to remember, we never had a country this big go off the fucking chain.
Yeah, you have. It's called Soviet
So,
Union.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
yeah,
It's
that
Russia.
too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Well,
100 years
well,
ago,
yeah,
30 years
Russia.
ago.
We're
But was
talking
that a
They
about an
country?
actual. We're
don't
talking
have the
about an actual
population
country
though, the
that gave.
United States.
We talking
Was
about
that
an
a
The-
actual
country?
country that gave us a.
how do you define a big country?
We're talking about an actual country that gave a
No,
fuck.
no,
No, I
no.
mean,
It's
Anything,
Sam C. How do you define a big country? What do you
anything
define as a
bigger
big
than a
country?
Yeah,
neighborhood,
Russia
Well,
kind
I
of
mean,
walking it.
population wise is all I'm saying. But I think like Brazil, like you said earlier, is
Sam,
probably
Sam, Sam,
what's
Sam.
that?
Nigga,
How do you define a big country? Answer the question first.
Well, I think you could define it big area wise. Yeah,
No, in population wise, how do you define a big country?
I don't know, maybe bigger than 30 or so major cities.
nigga,
Soviet Union at its peak had what 200 million people. I think that's big.
nigga, did you say 30 or
they're,
more major
they're
cities?
currently like what
What's wrong
Yeah,
150,
with
Uh,
you?
130.
Can you?
am I
Are you
mistaken or
serious?
have?
Yes, you
That's a
are.
yeah,
big
so
enough population, but
You are.
anything over 30 million people is a big country.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
What?
you gotta look at it, man. You don't want those strong men or those warlords because you're gonna be looking at some Mad Max type shit,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be Mad Max. It's
Which
gonna be a bunch of niggas in the desert, a bunch of
Uh,
Shao Kahn looking
yeah,
dudes.
read what happened to when the Soviet Union fell um, until China actually brought in enough money to bring them back on their feet.
Niggas
That
in the
interim
woods.
period with the with the oligarchs in control and all the murders and bombings that were actually going on, all the chaos, and especially Moscow. Moscow was a shithole.
The capital.
Between 1988 and like 1997.
Maybe that's just my ignorance kicking in. I usually think of Russia as just Saint Petersburg and Moscow, and then a couple of outlying cities that might be,
What?
that's
bigger
that's just
cities.
that's the
Russia's
eastern
huge.
side of it.
Read what happened in Moscow in the early 90s. Okay,
Yeah,
I
Russia.
there's a
checked it out.
couple of very good books about bombings
Yeah,
and drive-by shootings and drugs and all kind of crap that was going on.
the
It's a
Hey, that's
alcohol.
why
shithole.
Yeah,
I'm here.
You
You
may
guys
you,
know, you know.
you may want to reread your go may review some of your high school literature. You like specifically like the history stuff, like all the history, because all this stuff is talked about. Russia, I mean, back during in the 19th century, 18th century, this stuff is talked about
Yeah,
in
yeah,
world history and stuff. Like this,
yeah,
these are
yeah.
common points. So
30% of the Soviet of Russians left. You know, they had left
true.
because of the violence and the chaos. They just left.
It
And
was.
basically it got so bad that people just, like I said, people just gave up. You know what? We're tired of
Mhm.
this. Then they were willing to get behind somebody, and it was then uh, China with Chinese
Things,
money helped get Russia back on its feet.
things
Otherwise,
Somewhat
got
it'd still be
strong.
a shithole. Yeah.
things
So
got
you
so
think we're
bad they
headed
didn't have a
towards
choice.
similar situation as what happened to Russia? Then?
I think we'll be. I think our outlook will be similar to what happened to the UK after World War One, a slow
Yeah,
decline. Hopefully,
second rate power.
Please,
because
you
Somebody
don't
else.
you don't want it to
because
be Russia, bro. You don't want that.
hold on, Pookie. If as big as United States is with especially with states' rights, if we decline like that, the United States will break up. It won't be what it is now. You'll have
Look at what
several
Russia did
different
with the
regions.
Eastern with the blocks.
It's already set up. That whole
Eh,
different regions, there's 12 different regions that's already set up if things go into a really bad situation.
Yeah, they'll break off into blocks. Yeah.
Hey,
There's yeah,
hey,
there's 12 different governors or 10 different governors who will be taking over each and every area. So like for instance, one of the ways you could check that out is look up the FEMA map, because that's where
Oh, right. Right along the way, how the Federal Reserve is laid out, huh?
Pretty much.
Hmm.
But,
Hmm.
hey Charles, man, you a comic book head like I am. You remember that comic where it was a what if story where Red Skull had killed Captain America and Apocalypse had split up the U.S. in between
That
him,
was
a
called
faction.
Old Man. That was
Oh,
called
Old
Old
Man
Man
Logan, yep,
Logan.
yeah, but
That wasn't.
basically,
That wasn't a what if. That was
well, it was a what if because it was an alternate universe.
basically what would happen because like Bear said on his show, America's got 50 states, 50 little countries. Instead of calling each one a president, we call them governors.
Hmm.
They all
Mhm.
have their own militia, just like the governor. They all have their own constitution. They all have their own culture. They all have their own shit about them.
Yeah, they have plans, but like I say, like Robert De Bruce says, the plans of mice and af go aglee.
Mm-hmm.
Whew,
And when
that's
you have
cold.
chaos like this, you can't predict chaos, man.
Mm-mm. You just come back. You just come back around and pick up the pieces.
Come back around, pick up. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I
The
hate.
Whoever's
So
left.
I'm wondering if anybody's looked at that information to see which areas have the most resources. So if there is kind of chaos, which one has most natural resources that kind of support themselves, which one
in
has
America.
water, that
In
Texas
kind
and
of
America.
thing.
California.
Texas
California,
and
we gonna be
California.
good. The rest
It's
of
Well,
them,
already
we gonna be
Texas.
California.
done.
One time.
So
America's
One
one of the
time.
main
One time.
okay.
sorry.
Go ahead.
One
Who's
of the main
first?
things you need to look at, like to be totally real with you, it's kind of funny because so have any of y'all seen that movie like with the whole like girl on fire type situation? Hunger Games.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at the map
Hmm.
because she pretty much shadowed the situation of what's going on in America. So like she put this like District 12, that was the South pretty much. So in
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that area, that's where most of the black
Projects,
people were, right? So
projects.
now when you look at the other areas where like the capital was and all that type of stuff like that,
Hmm.
that was the capital was just in the like well, it depends because different maps have different ways of actually showing it.
Hmm.
But like the smaller you make it, the more it'll point towards the Appalachian Mountains, more towards that to the East Coast. But the bigger
Mm-hmm.
you make the map, if you make the map all the way like a situation of what we have right now in the United States of America, the
Mm-hmm.
capital will be over to the Midwest. So
Yeah.
leaning more towards California, leaning more towards
Yeah.
Nevada.
Well,
Oh yeah.
basically, what I've heard, if there's going to be another capital, it'll be Denver.
Yeah. The airport,
See,
Really.
the
Yeah, the
see,
elevator.
airport, the base, all that kind of stuff.
high
I mean, they have
level. I
what
mean,
high,
High Point.
because High Point, yeah, High Point, it's isolated. It's got a lot of military bases. It's got water. It's got all the natural resources that you need.
Yeah.
And
What
we got some other things there too.
Oh yeah,
Governmental.
yeah, those will go without saying. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys study
And
that prepper
nod,
stuff?
nod,
one
nod,
time,
nod,
one time.
wink, wink.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Nod, nod,
those are
wink,
all
wink.
over, but that's the control center. So yeah. So when I this is years ago, this was like 40 years ago. If there's going to be a second capital, the second capital pretty already exists in Denver, in
Yeah,
Colorado.
Denver, and y'all got.
Well,
Don't y'all have your the aerospace like the aerospace facilities in Nevada and stuff like that where y'all keep all the stuff
No,
that's
but
it
there's
is
no water.
the control. Yeah, there's no water. The control center, the military control center,
Wait, he
is
but
in
what is
Denver.
out there in
It's
he
in
got
Denver?
some.
Colorado.
He got some truth to what he's saying.
What is
Got a
out
Which is
there?
couple.
actually very
What is in
surprising.
Denver?
No, no,
Yeah,
no. What's in
in Nevada.
Nevada?
'Cause
Like I
Oh,
don't even know how he knows, but
most of that land is
uh,
government land. No, because I've been
it,
out
it,
there.
it,
A lot
it's
of it
it,
is because it's
it's
testing.
it's
Yeah.
testing. It's flat. It's isolated. It's easy to isolate,
Yeah.
and even believe it or not, um, Las Vegas is surrounded by mountains.
Yep.
hmm
They do
so
say that BS there are some potential stuff underground that we're not going to talk about
There's
specifically
always stuff
because
on the ground. There's
Mhm.
tons of all over the country. There's stuff underground.
But I'm sure
Okay.
Lightbearer could speak on more of what we
I'm
not going to
pretty
talk
sure.
about right now.
Well, he could, but he probably
No, I
won't.
can't.
I'm,
Not
I wouldn't
specifically,
suggest that he did.
allegedly.
I'm pretty
If
sure
you
that
want to get his number, he talks to you privately. You can do that,
I'm pretty.
I doubt that he would.
Let me put it to you like this: where that shooting happened, I have to go past there every day to go to work. And
Mm,
if you know anything about what that place is, it's only the only way you get in and out is through an airplane. So,
hmm
with that being
Oh yeah,
said, that's why I was like, wait, hold on,
yeah,
what
because
you know about that?
they got radar, sonar,
I
surveillance. They
mean,
got
They
all
got
type of stuff.
I'm
they
a little
got all
past
He- heli- they
sensors.
got
They got
heli-
everything. Okay,
helicopter
Hmm.
cycles, jet
I mean,
cycles,
that's called everywhere, dude.
it's everywhere.
Hmm.
especially there
It's
though.
called everywhere.
That's old. That's old tech.
Wait, hold on.
Brilliance.
That's a little
Can I
tech.
ask him something? Can I?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Ask him.
How do you know? Like, what is it that told you about that? What did you like? What did you watch? What did you see? What did you hear?
Well, I do a lot of personal research that I don't let everybody in on, like on stuff that I'm interested on, because I've always been
Uh huh.
interested in space and the sky. So I mean that learning about aliens and the potentiality of all about it and our planet and stuff led me, of course, to where
Yeah, you
to
do
that
know you don't know
area.
where.
And
Hmm.
Even
Uh
though
huh.
even
but
that was the original test sites for all your
Nuclear bombs.
Nukes,
well your not your
mhm.
bombs, but also your U2s
oh,
and
Hmm.
your
and uh, and
ordinances.
and ordinances, all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's in the middle of nowhere. That's why.
Here I go. If you really wanted to see it, you wouldn't even be able to see it because everything moves. The ground
Yeah,
moves.
it's
Everything
moved
moves.
since. Yeah, they've
No,
moved
no,
it.
no, no,
So
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
the,
Just to
he
hide it. So, like, if you wanted to see, like, whatever you want to see, whatever you're
underground.
seeing, because, like, I know how you probably looked at it, because I did it too back in the day. Um, Probably they blurred it out by now, and if
Yeah.
they didn't blur it out by
no,
now,
that's probably Pookie. Back off the mic, Pookie.
Oh, you talking about the breathing
oh,
one?
the breathing, yeah,
No,
and if it,
that's Charles. That's Charles.
That's
and
not
if you
me.
didn't,
My mic's far away. It's damn near out the car.
No, he's got a standard breath.
Yeah, y'all
You can
niggas
kind of
know
tell.
though.
yeah, they've been blurring out a lot of little things
Yeah.
since in the last few years. But yeah, there used to be things that was highly visible from Google and
Nope.
stuff
They
that's
put that
no
shit
longer there.
under the dirt.
But
I know
like
they think they slick, but I'm gonna
you'll
leave it
sit
alone,
there and you'll look
man.
at a building, and that
Mm,
building is no longer in the same spot because whatever they needed to move is moving over top of it. So
mm.
like with that being said, uh
And
that's why I was like, wait, hold on, how do you know?
I'm a
Like
full. And who's a? Let's be honest.
It's an open secret, so it's
Who's
not that
but
hard.
it's
Mhm.
yeah, because I mean it's there. Like most of the state is gone because of it. Like goddamn, like how you gonna take a big ass chunk of the state and we're not gonna talk about it? But beyond that, but I mean, hold on, Whitebear. How did military think they slick? They honestly think that I think
Yes, they
that's the
do.
only. Hold on. Do they honestly
Oh,
think
wait,
that
Yes,
I
they
wait,
do.
think?
calm down, Pookie, calm down, man.
Yes, they
All right.
do.
But I was
What
just going. I was just
is
going.
that the
Yes, they
Hold
only
do.
on,
what?
man. Is
Yes, they
that
do.
man? Do they honestly think that that's the
Yes.
only base underground that I think that they have? Because I don't.
No, you don't,
No,
Oh no,
because
there's
they don't think
they don't
that.
care.
there's
They
at
don't really
least
care.
That's oh
three.
here go look that right
Uh,
there.
There's
Anything
just as big a bases in Utah.
I'll put it
anything
Okay,
this.
that
Mhm.
was there
No,
because of
underground.
all the
underground,
anything
yes, underground.
Yeah, I
Where
anything
do you
mean,
that
think
was there.
where do you think the military data center is? It's not in Las Vegas, in Utah, underground.
that's
What can
one
I
of them.
say?
I'm gonna put it to you
I'm
this way,
talking about
right?
stuff. I'm talking about deep underground
I'm gonna
though.
put it
No,
to you
like
this way.
It
anything
is
that
deep
was there,
underground.
Pookie,
Hmm.
Pookie, Pookie.
anything
Good
that
God
was there is
Almighty.
no longer there anymore. It's in other
Pookie,
Yeah, it
states.
is.
you really think? Matter of fact, I'll tell you what. By the time you find out what SEAL Team Six name is, they already changed it 3 times.
Hmm
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so yes, they think they are slicker and smarter than you. They're supposed to be. You want them to
Where do
Mhm.
you
be.
Many of them niggas
where do you think all the
hanging up motherfuckers
psychology majors
are the
that
ones.
are really good? Where do they go?
Yeah, they work. They go
They
to
work
the
for the government.
military.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They fighting
exactly.
the
I'll say
military like fighting the
They work
government.
for
They get paid
CIA
by them
actually.
motherfuckers.
I live in an area where I
Mhm.
know that there are at least three decommissioned underground bases. One of them is in a hotel out in the western part of Virginia, and now they just
Oh
have
yeah.
tours, and it has all the 1950s, ENIAC computers that are larger than a room. So there are probably as many of those as there are states.
Hmm
There's probably one in Ashburn, Tyson's Corner type of area. Probably another one in West Virginia. Probably another one in Central Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? Like they're everywhere,
Yeah.
just
And,
because
Yeah,
it's
and,
a
but
continued
and
operation.
some of these centers are in plain sight,
Yeah.
yeah,
like the NSA had a whole floor in the
Put it,
in an AT&T building.
I'll
Okay, he
put it
had a
to you
whole
this
floor.
way.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way. I
and
live in
9/11
Maryland.
building.
I live in Maryland. Enough said.
Hmm
If you know what's in Maryland and
Look,
what's surrounding Maryland, you already know.
yeah.
hmm
Yeah, we gonna talk.
Here you go.
I
Look,
mean,
here
put
you go.
it to
My
you this way.
dream.
Like,
My ex girlfriend used to work for one of the alphabets.
yeah.
My
Look,
dream was to come
I'll
Oh,
let
back
you
and
figure
also,
to.
out which
Lightbeard,
one.
One time,
I got a lot
one
of, I
time,
got.
one time.
I
Go
was
ahead,
just gonna
Lightbeer.
tell.
Pookie, come.
My dream was to was to really, once I got out of my service, was to go to
Mm-hmm.
Virginia for or the DMV area for a reason. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I might have to reconsider that now because they out here just shooting people up for fake diamond watches and stuff.
Where is that?
It'll calm down, man. Once people will get tired because they're doing that. It's not enough, and basically it'll be a retail backlash because you know you can only do that for so long until people start taking precautionary measures,
Oh, no, no
and,
comment.
and then that dries up really really quick.
Hmm.
Well, they need to do it because with 800 daggone robberies and in restaurants or outside of the restaurants in this in the media area,
Hmm
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
Okay, when they start caring more about security and less about appearance, it'll happen because you've been in the third world, man. You go into any large place that does a lot of transactions. What's out front?
Security.
There's
oh
a guy. The
well,
guy visible security with either a shotgun, an
MP5.
AK-47,
Some
or an
automatic,
MP5. Yeah,
some automatic, because they need the guns
see,
and
the
down
best
bad.
part
and
about it is
and
they
that's just to let you know not to come in here willy nilly and do something stupid.
here go. We're the
That's what it's
only
there for.
ones that don't really, because like here go. As soon as you get off the plane in Germany, you see like I ain't gonna say the Tech Nines, but I know that everybody else
Mm-hmm.
knows what a Tech Nine is.
Hmm.
So you see police officers with like Tech Nines and
Mm-hmm.
like all type of assault rifles off the plane as soon as you
Yeah,
exit. So
yeah.
like when you go to like
They never forget. I mean, they had what 20 years of
This
bombings and stuff. All
no
that
no
post war.
that's just the way the most of the world works.
Yeah.
The United States is actually in my opinion. I'm gonna say in my opinion for anybody listening. In my opinion, one of the biggest police states on the planet. We just hide it better.
Yes.
hmm
Completely agree.
yeah.
And we're way more armed in order to do that. Like for the level of arms that we have, we are
Think
a lot
about
more better, a lot better at concealing it.
this situation right here. If you go to any chocolate state, any chocolate city, it's highly put into a situation where the people who live there can't have weapons. And they train
Mm-hmm.
them so well to the point where they look at it as it's a bad thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because it
everybody
is.
there also says in their mind or to people, only people who have guns are bad people and cops.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that. Think about
Hey,
And
what
anybody
and
call a cop?
we live in L.A. If you get caught carrying and you don't have a reason to carry, you can get severely punished.
The only
Okay.
people from that
and
state
Which
each
They
bullet
means
is a
they
year.
dumbass.
they don't
shot.
play. No. Not
I
necessarily
know,
shot.
but you
Yeah.
will go to jail for
What
a
I'm
bit,
saying, you go into jail. Yeah.
Hmm.
hmm
especially when you have a nice amount of black people around you. Man,
Yep, that's
Yeah.
I
what I was
love it.
saying. Any
I
chocolate
love
city.
it. I
hmm
love it
Well,
because they,
California's a chocolate state in that case.
yeah.
No, it ain't BGS. This motherfucker is like a goddamn
You
potato salad.
get caught
Burst
in
like
California
anything.
with a loaded weapon on your seat and see what happens, man.
Look,
True.
Anywhere in California.
I
True.
had to get
But it
rid
ain't no
of
chocolate state though.
I had to
Like,
It was a term, and it was a phrase, man. It was just
It
a
was
he
a
was
phrase.
saying
phrase,
in
man.
reference
Oh,
to the
Catch
let's
up,
keep it
Pookie.
real,
Catch
man.
Pookie.
poke.
Hold on,
It was
Pookie.
in
Catch up.
reference to the weapon situation.
Yes, Pookie.
Oh, okay.
Catch
So
up, man.
here's the thing that gets me.
One
I know
plus
them
one equals
Brazilians.
two.
I
Yeah,
know them
he
Brazilians.
because
Now,
look, here you go. When I was moving here,
Pookie, leave it alone.
when I was moving here, Pook, I had to get rid of at least four different type of firearms because of the laws that they put in place that said
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't have it. So,
Mm-hmm.
like for instance, I had excuse me, I had yeah, that's how I say it. I had long range weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I had a weapon that I
hmm.
can put on. So I built a turret, right? So with that turret,
Oh
I can
boy.
put it was computer
You
operated and
should be
everything.
counting
So
up.
you need to
Damn.
move to Montana, man.
It
I
was
need
an
to get back
anti-air.
out of here.
One
Did you get
time.
a, did you get an anti? It was anti-aircraft rounds.
No,
Or shit like that.
anti-personnel. That's not
Yeah.
anti-aircraft.
So say for
Oh,
instance,
okay.
somebody wanted to break in my house and I knew they was
Hmm.
coming. I just set that bit. Excuse me. I just set it right
Ooh.
in the like say for instance, I had a large living room in North Carolina. So
Oh.
I could set that into like the 30 foot by 30 I think it was 30 by 50 foot
Hmm.
room, put it in the corner
Hmm.
and it'll cover the whole room.
Hmm.
Oh, so it's like a
It's
remote
a
turret.
yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
Okay.
turret.
remote turret. Yeah.
So
And
it's like
All you
a
gotta
like
do, all you gotta do is somebody enters, you spray the room. You're gonna hit
nigga,
everybody.
that's some Call of
What was
Duty
your
shit.
MOS?
Hey,
You got to do
that's
a
some
lot of classwork.
that's some Breaking
Yeah.
Bad shit on some Heisenberg
No,
shit. Like
that's
when
worse
you
than
pop,
Breaking Bad.
no, because
imagine when
it
you
had a
pop that
choice
Yeah.
shot.
on who it could shoot. It had
Yeah.
a choice on who
What
could
was
run
your
it.
MOS?
It
Now,
was it was it
oh,
I think it was called The Accountant in the movie called The Accountant where
Oh,
he
I
had
think
one of
maybe too.
those.
oh yeah, the briefcase.
No,
Oh,
he had one in his I think it was in his one of his rooms.
that here to
Oh,
watch
okay.
that movie, watch The Accountant, and
Yeah.
watch Law Abiding Citizen,
Yeah.
and pretty much you'll know how I think at that very
Look, I
moment.
Yeah.
can't watch Law Abiding Citizen, bro. Look, I can't do that, bro. That shit was tough.
Uh,
What was
and
I
your
ain't
MOS
lying,
like,
bro.
Bear?
say what?
Uh,
See?
I was
uh,
asking what was his MOS.
avionic flight systems repair, survivability, 25 Bravo, pretty much government yeah, computer person and utilities.
This nigga said
All kind
computer
of stuff.
person and
Uh,
utilities.
hey,
Oh,
BJ,
okay.
Officially.
uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, brother.
check
Who's that?
check the link I just dropped in. Here's a resource map of the U.S. There's a
Uh
reason
huh.
why there's a reason why that the U.S. is like an ideal country, is because a lot of our resources don't overlap.
Mm-mm.
In a lot of countries, people have to dig in the same place and plant in the same place and gather their water from the same place, and so
Mm.
it causes a lot of pollution and cross contamination.
Yeah.
But the U.S. has a lot of things that are kind of distinct from where other things are. So we
Yeah.
have our coal country is in
Uh-huh.
one place, and
Yeah.
then our nuclear reactors are in another place, and our fresh
Mhm.
water comes from another place. And we also
Mhm.
have we also have two huge coasts that give us a lot of deep water ports. So
Mm, yeah, you do, but it has to be all tied together,
yes,
Here you
and
go.
that's why it works. And what happens when you break it up?
Sharing the screen,
a
BJ.
lot of problems. And that's why we have the railroads, we have the highways, and those kind of threaded together.
And the
And we have a lot of deep
cooperation.
water rivers and stuff that goes around.
Which is why it doesn't work the same way if you break it up.
Correct,
Mm.
correct.
Yeah.
But I was saying like why it works now. That's why you see like a lot of stuff.
Which is why unless you really have something that's catastrophic, it won't break up because it doesn't
Yeah.
work the same way if it breaks up. It,
Yeah.
even from Lincoln on, it was built to be tied together.
Yep.
Which is why Lincoln actually fought the Civil War to keep it together for
Yeah.
that reason.
And we spent 150 plus years afterwards making it even more. Digging canals, railroads, highways.
Yeah.
Like it
You-
was
And
like
then-
get your get,
The,
get your
the,
little
the South, below the Mason-Dixon line is a swamp. Okay. And without slave labor, would have never been amounted to anything. It's a swamp.
It's what like
With-
isn't it pretty much everything west or east of I-95 is pretty much a swamp.
pretty
It should
Told you,
much.
Mr. Z, y'all niggas ain't got nothing
Basically,
out there.
west is actually mostly mountains and desert.
Yeah.
Once you go down like
And
Georgia,
resources.
Florida,
Especially when you get past
there's like a
Texas,
lot
yeah.
of fucking.
Yeah.
They still got the fucking Everglades, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Go down that part.
Man,
Any
all
any place
swamp,
you
no
any place you
resources.
see canals, that means there used to be a swamp there.
Yep,
Yeah,
Louisiana.
Grand Canyon is a beautiful sight.
Louisiana, Texas, southern Texas.
Yeah.
Well, hell, the Carolinas were swamps. Go back and read the
Yeah.
history. There were swamps. A lot of
Was it-
Maryland was swamp.
Wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't Georgia even wasn't even
What
a
you
little
mean
bit
was?
of
Georgia. Anything below the Mason-Dixon line was swamp.
From Maryland on down, it was either swamp or heavy dense
Yeah.
forest.
Hmm.
Yep.
because
A
all,
lot of
all
guys are
this stuff
black ass.
One
was
time.
built back.
If
All
you-
this
if
stuff
you-
was built back from infrastructure, and it's constantly being
It
built
was-
back from infrastructure.
If you
That's all they-
if you want to keep it a viable land, you have to improve it. That's like look
You
at
have to drain
Houston.
out. You have to
Yeah,
drain it out.
Houston has to drain, right? Anytime you get heavy rains, what happens? You have floods. That
But-
means That means they had a lot of any place you have a lot of water, you're gonna have swamp. Okay.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gotta
Hey,
have a lot of humidity too. Good God.
Yeah.
Bugs,
y'all ever use the
Bugs.
tropical
just so I just
disease.
want to can I just
What do you
mention
want to
this
say,
real
Spooky?
just for a
You,
moment? Y'all
you
ever
you're gonna
use
you're, you're gonna have to limit your questions. Okay. You can't dominate the whole session. All right.
I
You
don't have
know,
no questions. I don't have no questions. I was just gonna say, do y'all have y'all ever used electrotherapy? Like
Electro
electrotherapy remotes?
for
Yeah,
what?
I
One,
made one
one flew over the
before.
cuckoo's nest.
No, with the patches and stuff. Like I'm just telling you, y'all use I'm using this right now and it's
Use
hitting right now. Like
Yeah,
uh,
to
like
increase the muscle support.
yeah,
stems. Okay.
yeah, like
yeah,
Okay.
the
it's
They use stems for a whole bunch of stuff. They use it mostly for healing, like healing tendons and muscles and bones. If you
yeah,
broke anything or you wanted to heal faster, use stems.
what you
my
think
I,
they
back
did
muscles
for my
been
foot and
fucked up.
ankle?
I
Yeah.
use it for a different reason now. Or
We're not even gonna ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh
We used
goodness,
to use
no,
shock
no, no,
therapy. We used to use shock
We're
therapy a
not even
lot
gonna ask.
we
no.
used
It's
to
it's a
use
thing that
electrotherapy in the police department. We used that a lot.
there's a thing that you could get called TDSM. Um,
You said
and
BDSM? Okay.
Oh,
TD
TDS.
TMDS. I mean,
I
sorry,
know what I said.
TDMS. So what they'll do is they'll put the electrodes in two different spots, and what it happens is, supposedly, what the technique is, it helps you memorize and think and gain gain memories a lot faster. So they use it in the military for like a lot of the certain jobs and stuff when you're looking over images and looking at pictures and you got
Oh,
to think
okay.
a little bit faster.
Okay.
Now
okay.
It
they
helps
tested it out.
it helps form connect neurons, not
And
dendrons connections. Okay,
Oh, so I can
that
put this
makes
shit on
sense.
my head and like
You got to do it properly. Okay, you just
uh,
can't do it willy nilly.
I know this shit go up to like
You know you
36
can't. You
BGS.
know he's young. You can't say impressionable shit around his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
oh
say that.
man.
Next thing you know, he gonna be cut up here, self lobotomized and shit.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the U.S. government divides resources up amongst the states on purpose so that it
Yeah.
will have to stay together. They don't want it congealed all in one spot. I think
Hey,
they do it on
BTS.
purpose. Yes, sir.
You
Just
think
like
they're
them
gonna
big
get
butt
us?
girls.
You think they're gonna get Assange?
You get who?
They already got him.
Assange.
Where's he going? They're hoping
Canada.
that he dies in place. That's what they're hoping.
No, they
Who
just put a
dies?
law
Hold
in
on.
place to be able to extradite
Extradite
him
him?
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they got
but
to
Extradite.
what,
they appealed it.
did the UK approve that law?
Fuck no, baby.
I
The
don't know.
United States can pass any law that it wants. The thing is, will the UK abide by it?
No, I
Not your
think they
friend.
got to
He's
appeal
not
in
in the
court or
UK.
something. That
Talking about Assange, where is he at? They
He went so. Oh man. Hold on, because it wasn't the UK I last heard he was in. He was in some
last I
other
heard,
spot.
last I heard, he was still in the UK.
Hold on, I gotta find it again.
Unless they moved him recently, I didn't hear about them moving him.
Wait, what
No,
brothers
It
in
had
the
to be
he
news
UK? Hold on.
because he was in the embassy, and the UK came and got him, and they put him in the lockup.
hmm
Last I heard. No, if they moved him out of the country, where'd they move him?
wait. Hold on. When was the last that you heard that? Before I say
I
anything.
heard that right. This got to be like a little over a year ago when they went to the embassy, the Ecuador embassy, and got him. And
You know, it was around the same time. All right, all right.
so they moved him and put him in solitary, and the UK is still holding him. So
Damn.
where did they move him? If they moved him out of the country?
I'm gonna have to find that report because it just
I
came
don't
up on
know.
my feed today. As a matter
Okay.
of fact.
BGS is
So
the
so,
US on
Hey,
so
this man?
Trish,
Damn.
you gotta move your mic back. You're breathing hard.
My bad.
he
Is
got
the
Turn
US?
he got them stems going, man. He's
You
excited.
know, that's that
Yeah, this
Pornhub. That's
shit,
why he's
man.
excited.
Oh my god, hear this man go, man.
Ugh. But
But look, is the U.S. on him though? Is that why he's running like this? Because I mean, if he
N-
from
He,
Ecuador to
he
UK, then
no,
like
he
they
did. He
gotta.
didn't. He's been in the UK all this time. He was at the embassy,
Hmm.
Ecuadorian embassy in the UK. So
This is a
he's been
battle
in the same
community.
country the whole time. He hasn't moved, at least not that I
hmm
know. He's still in.
This
Yeah,
nigga,
he's still in the UK, from what I can see. I don't know what.
they
No,
moving
I'm
this
not
nigga
seeing it.
around like
Yeah,
Snowden.
he's still in a UK prison. They want certain assurances.
Yeah.
So they
America
say.
does not like those people who take information and release it to the public.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get
Nobody
that.
Pretty
does.
much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody does.
Yes. That's
Whistleblowers. You don't like
Yeah.
rats.
But with
Nobody
some
does.
situations, like I'm not going like soldier first, but um, when it comes down to it, some of that information did need to come out, and
Hmm.
then some of that stuff needed to be where it needed to be, because a lot of people got hurt by some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But the stuff that was protecting the American public and people and not
Hmm.
hurting, let's say, for instance, soldiers that were in certain areas and
Hmm.
they let the
Hmm.
stuff out and it got some of us blown up and stuff. That
Hmm.
stuff I'm mad
Yeah,
about. But
yeah, that shit. You need to go for that.
Hey, well, the it rains on the just and the unjust equally. Okay.
Wasn't
Apparently,
that
we got some.
information used to start the Arab Spring?
No.
Sure was. It was supposed
Arab
to start
Spring,
something in the Middle East. And went
Arab
anyway.
Springs is because people got tired of the bullshit, and a fruit vendor actually burnt himself up, and that's
what's
where it started. And it
what's
started in that country and spread all the way across because of the misdeeds of governments across the
The Arab
Saharan
world.
Africa.
how much credence do you lend to the Gene Sharp uh, democracy? You know, like kind of having too much freedom and then letting that turn into the Arab Spring, and now that's now gone. To,
The Arab,
revolutions and
the color revolutions is because of the authoritarian nature of those governments, and
Mhm.
they drain so much money, stole so much money from the people that people just got tired of it, like the fruit seller. Um, the reason he got mad is because they would he didn't have a permit to sell fruit, right? Because the permits were too high, and so they his only way to making a living was actually selling fruit. And the police came
Mhm.
in because they didn't have a permit and took it. He had no way to feed his family and himself. So he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna burn myself up in front of the building." Okay, and the rest of the people that had suffered under the same thing, they got mad. That's where the Arab Spring started. The biggest factor of that actually caused the Arab Spring was actually Facebook and Twitter because people got together and got pissed off.
Yep.
Yeah, they say
Had to
same
get.
thing with
I
same
mean,
thing with
don't
Most
these
say it
other
like
Asian
that.
movements.
most things like this are spontaneous, believe it or not.
so you don't lend
Yeah.
any credence to that idea of that these type of revolutions were like provoked from the U.S. and then that kind of
Okay, let me ask you a question.
sure.
If you go in the forest and it's raining and you strike a match, is the fire going to start?
Uh, depends on how dry the
No, no.
foliage
If it's
is.
No,
raining, will the
Oh,
fire start?
no,
If it's
no.
wet, all
no.
right. If it's bone dry, it's been bone dry for like 6 months, you go strike the same match. What's going to happen?
Whole forest down.
Oof.
Yeah, that's what happens. You got to there has to be
The
there has
condition.
to be there has to be conditions for it to
Yeah.
happen.
It,
United States can't create conditions.
same
But
thing in
how
China.
often
What are you
do
sharing?
we?
What are you
Oh,
sharing?
hold on. There we go.
Oh, you're not ready yet? No, I'll bring it down.
No, we
It's
good now.
the
Okay.
same.
It's
Oh
too late.
no!
No,
The same.
if you're gonna share it, means you're ready to share it.
Yeah,
Nigga
yeah, I'm
sharing
ready to share it
that
now.
nigga
Okay.
Lightbearer sharing J Sock secrets and
The
shit.
same thing with.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, showtime. Oh, I wasn't ready. Let me pull my
Didn't
pants up.
didn't the
Oh,
same thing happen with the Chinese?
damn. Oh
Didn't
man.
Uh,
Thought I had one of them episodes today, but that's for a later conversation later. That's later.
hey,
but no,
BDS?
this is
Didn't,
Oh, the
this is the
FEMA
map
map.
we were
Oh yeah, I
talking
remember
about.
that.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
shit.
I
Okay.
seen
So
that.
this is how all these regions are going to be broken up if we have an
Uh huh.
actual situation.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Um,
Right along the. I bet you there's a Federal Reserve Bank in every region.
Yeah, they had to keep China. They had to keep
Yep.
Yeah.
California and Texas separate. They couldn't just keep us together.
No,
They
they
just
group
can't
them
get merged.
yeah. California has a group just like everybody else.
But
Bullshit.
weren't they trying to like the governors were making those compacts when the vaccines and stuff were going out early when they were trying to share
No,
resources?
this got to
Oh,
be
I know.
like 30, this is like 30, 40 years old.
Oh yeah, I realize this, but I mean like the same alignments were being made 2 years ago when they were having all this resource hoarding for the vaccines. Do you remember that
Mm.
when the federal
yeah,
was confiscating planes and stuff like that?
and they
Oh,
were
okay.
moving all
Yeah,
those
The
like
confiscating masks and stuff like that. I remember
yeah,
that.
and then
Yeah.
all these states
Mhm.
were aligning with each other, trying to, and
Yeah.
it seemed to
mhm.
align with this very
they,
map. Like they kind
they
of
were
know.
moving those black tubs all over the place and stuff.
Mhm.
They probably did. I mean, they you would want it to correspond just in case. I
I mean,
mean,
I
to
mean,
No,
make all
hey,
the plans
it's
match up.
this stuff has been around a long time. There's,
Yeah, that's what I'm
there's
saying. You
way
don't want it to
there's,
correspond with everything else.
well, why do you reinvent the wheel? Or
True.
would you if you already have one?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mhm.
Gotta love FEMA. They will spend a billion. They will spend money to get a billion 223 and
Hmm.
And see,
over what a
Some
billion fucking 40 calibers.
Is it
Not
is
even the
it
full.
is it better to have it and not need it, or need it and not have it?
What type of nigga you think I am, BGS?
You better to have it and not need it, nigga. That's what kind of nigga you are.
Yeah, that's the type of nigga that I was born to be.
Yeah.
They be like
Mhm.
that. Like what? Like people used to ask me, Why do you carry? Why would you carry if you off duty?"
You're a cop. Shit.
I was just,
Oh, if a, in California, in LA, if a cop, off-duty cop, gets caught without his pistol, he's gonna get fired. You're supposed to carry
yeah.
off-duty.
Mm.
I remember. Wait till you walk into stores and five people
It's
you arrested walk in the same
walk in with you.
PTLR,
Yep. Yep.
Ooh,
and you have your
damn.
son with you.
Oh. Yeah.
Ooh,
And
yeah,
then I
yeah.
just told
Mm.
my son, if anything happens, duck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like this. I'm like I told you. People be like, yo, what if I catch you on duty? I'm gonna kill
Ooh.
you.
Oh
there's
my
nothing.
god.
Self defense.
There's nothing else that I'm gonna do. If you attack me and
Hmm.
I'm not wearing, if you see me and I'm not wearing my Ravens colors, I'm gonna
Hmm.
kill you. Like he's like, for real, why would you do that?
Oh god.
Where do you see my radio? Where do you see my vest? I'm gonna make sure I play a fucking Waka Flocka beat off your ass. Bow,
Hmm.
bow, 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 bow. Like,
Bitch,
Hmm.
I'm
no.
busting at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Bitch, I'm busting at
Yeah.
him. Yep, bitch, I'm
Yeah.
busting at him.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I mean,
Waka Flocka Bear.
it is a rule of your employment, if you're a cop, to carry off duty.
and,
That's your
and,
job. Yeah.
and it's like you gotta remember, like, in case of emergency, pull shoot. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you're off duty and you're a cop and something happens, you're supposed to respond. You got to have
Yeah.
your equipment with you.
It's funny because see, people don't understand this. I was in the military since 17, and I've been doing this shit for goddamn 20,
20 some odd years.
20 some.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goddamn, I'm not 40 yet.
But
Goddamn.
anyway, go ahead and make your presentation, Libera.
No, pretty much. I'm trying to find this other
That's it.
screen.
That's it.
No,
That's all you got.
here it is, right here. Here's the other joint. Uh, boom. So remember how I was saying before how they kind of line up.
Oh,
This is
okay.
just a
Yeah.
simple map,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
this is the other one.
Yeah. Well, basically, what do you think science fiction or fiction draws from? Something
Yep.
that's already there.
Mhm.
So I'm not surprised.
What was it? The Handmaid's Tale was taken from
Handmaid's Tale, all that stuff they draw
all
upon was, yeah. That's what
everything
if
was
you were
happening.
writing, you're gonna draw get something that could actually happen or is actually
Mhm.
planned. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
But I've seen the FEMA map before.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love
You were
FEMA.
talking.
There's other pictures
It's,
out there
it's
though.
actually it's actually very old.
Let
Yeah.
me see.
You were talking about the spontaneousness of China. I mean, not of China, but the spontaneousness of those movements in general. BGS, and that just brought me to remembering the situation with
All right, we're gonna
China
take
when
this
the
down.
feminist movement went over there, and how spontaneous that was just by the advent of less restriction on social media. They were
Oh, oh,
sharing shit through hashtags
feminism
over in China.
can be,
Yeah,
feminism can be predicted by seeing what has happened before. What happened here, what happened in Latin America, what's going on in Western Europe, what happened in Korea, what happened in Japan. You could predict feminism. If you change the infrastructure, feminism was actually going to rise. They already knew it was coming.
Mhm.
They try to put things in place to actually kind of close it down, but you can't control a billion people like that. It's impossible to control a billion people. You have to socialize them into doing certain things. You can't control them.
Mhm.
hmm.
Look, there's certain regions that kind of go rogue, and what the Chinese government will actually do is kind of um, wall them off from everybody else and kind of let them do their thing until they calm down because there's too many people. If it really gets going, um, they kind of wall them off until they kind of get tired, and then they'll come in and kind of crack down. But uh,
Mhm.
there's no government on earth that can actually control a billion people. It's impossible.
Mhm.
Hell,
Okay, yeah, true.
you can't control 300 million people. If 300 million people want to do something, you can't control it. You kind of let them, you kind of kind of give them kind of like boundaries to kind of operate in, and said,
Yeah,
okay,
Space
what
once
they're
once this
doing
railroad.
right
happened,
now.
yeah. What
Pretty
they
much.
did, what they have done, like in 2020,
Right.
with all the riots and stuff like that, they kept feeding people and make sure they were housed, and then if they were protest or even did something, okay, we're gonna give them a little bit of room to kind of vent because they got to vent, get stuff, get out,
Ooh.
and then once they get hungry, they go back to what they were doing
Hmm.
They were
instead of cracking down and making it spread.
Yeah.
They were Abernathy, I think that's how you say his name.
Mm,
December 10th, 2021, Britain's courts of appeals ruled Assange can be extradited to the U.S. to face the charges. Assange has been confined in Belmarsh maximum security prison in London since
mm,
2008. I mean April 2019,
yeah.
and he put something else up there. This was 15 hours ago. So yeah,
Damn,
that's
he
what I
been in there
probably
for two
saw.
years.
Yes,
God
what
damn,
you saw. They haven't moved him yet, so we'll see.
been in there for 2 years. Jesus,
He's that's 2 years there.
Yeah.
fuck, man.
Ecuador's
he was in
embassy for like
Ecuador's embassy
5 years.
six, almost six.
Yeah,
I
he had
think
like
it's like
a
2012.
room with a treadmill and like no, I think maybe one computer. I mean, he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
Pam
yeah.
Anderson visited him a lot though,
Are
so
they
that was
gonna
good
put
to
him
see.
on trial or hanging? BDS, what's going on?
We don't know. We had if UK actually lets him go and actually brings him over here, then you have to see
Hmm.
he's going to be in solitary. So at this point, he's
Damn, he
probably
on the pin. That's crazy.
he'll never be free. So
No,
Oh,
we'll put him.
Yeah,
So,
pretty
how
much.
much credence do you
The
guys
the
give to
information
the?
he knows, no.
one at a time. Go ahead, Sam. C.
How much credence do you guys give to that thought of like the Cambridge Analytica thing?
The who?
Cambridge Analytica, like the people behind the Facebook and how they say they kind of swayed the votes back whenever Donald Trump supposedly stole the election.
I'd
Oh,
say
that can happen with anybody, basically with Facebook and social media. If you get a concerted effort, you can. I mean, you can't do a major move, but you can move it enough.
you should probably
Hmm.
get Edward up here to talk about that because he knows about the digital marketing.
And the only
Yeah,
reason I bring that up is because when we were talking about, the Arab Spring and the leaking of information by Assange, to me, it seems like depending on where you place some of that information, like you said, if it's a dry
yeah,
forest, you throw that match
yeah.
out there.
The Arab Spring had nothing to do with Assange. Nothing. Zero.
Gotcha.
Zero.
But
Because actually in real time in 2010 2011 my group was actually looking at it in real time, right? Had nothing to do with that. I mean, zero.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
I think there's a difference between that being a solitary event versus adding kind
Speak of
of
the devil.
Okay,
a.
okay. Tell me what was the spark that you think started Arab Spring? What do you think it was?
I don't know. I'm just saying that there.
I'm telling you exactly what it was and how it spread because we
Oh,
were looking at it when it spread. Okay,
this remind.
we're
Oh,
Yeah,
looking
we
sorry.
at
were
it when it
all.
spread, it's spontaneous with George Floyd started all these protests. Okay, they were you
Hmm.
cooped up for 3, 4, 5 months. There's dry brush. All it needs is a spark. That's spontaneous.
Here's
You
can I
can't
add something?
control that.
Can
Go
I add
ahead.
something? Where I live, there were a huge influx of Arab students, all men who were about 17 to like 25. And this
Mm-hmm.
was about 2008 to 2012. They were
Mm-hmm.
trying to get all these young men out of the country. And so they
Mm-hmm.
gave all these guys like $2,000 a month stipends, go to America, learn English, just get the hell out of here. Like they
Mm-hmm.
saw a lot of this coming. And so they wanted to
Yeah.
get the young men off the streets. And
Yeah.
that just drove, that just like popped into
Yeah,
my head.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I remember the whole airplane thing where they was sending like Saddam Hussein's daughter and all that type of stuff here around that time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that is interesting that you brought that up. Noble War.
Comes in waves.
We, you can answer that question, but the thing is that if they want to ask the question,
Look what
Oh,
the
I'm not
doctor
answering
ordered. Brought
that.
Edward right on in.
say,
The
huh?
wishes was answered. I'm just
So
saying,
what?
Edward came right on time, man. It looks like
Oh,
Yeah, it was
brother's
like
what?
wishes
speaking the
was answered.
devil.
Okay, because we traced this shit, man, from beginning to end, right? About the
Hmm.
Arab Spring and what was going on It's especially in Northern Africa, but because that's our specialty, right? With
Mhm.
with with the with the Chinese and everything else, right? We're actually studying that, right? Because we were seeing this stuff spread and where it was spreading to, and basically they were thinking about shutting down Twitter and Facebook in those areas because just like here, it's spontaneous. Anybody can get on and get on the mic and start a spark. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if there's dry brush, look at the ADOS movement, right? Basically started on Twitter. Okay, if there's enough dry brush, all it takes is a spark to get a movement going.
What about
Mm.
Gaddafi? Do you think that was just spontaneous too?
That's it. Well, I am not going to talk about Gaddafi on this here.
Oh
I've
boy,
talked about him enough. Okay.
So you
That's
saying the
holler
yeah.
white?
I am
hello.
So
not. I am
basically, what
not
you
going to fall
saying?
for
You
it.
should go into Patreon. Yo.
Don't do it.
I've talked it a lot of times. Go
Oh,
back and
have you?
study it. Right.
Look,
There's
Okay.
a There's a reason. I actually played a video, not a video, a recording from I think it was Foreign Affairs. Right. They were
Okay.
actually telling you exactly
Yeah.
what before the Gaddafi thing broke out, what was going on. Right. It's called the Chinese versus the West. That's what Gaddafi was about.
and
Okay,
one
Here's a
African bank.
Chinese versus the West and the African Union.
And that's
Yep.
on
Go
one of
look it
your
up.
videos?
Yep.
Go look it up. You can go look it up. Okay.
So
Was
his
that one you covered, or was it just something out there in foreign affairs?
Oh boy.
no,
It
it's,
was.
it's
It,
mainly
there was actually a recording, a podcast of Foreign Affairs, and this was
Okay,
pre. I
gotcha.
think it was like 2009, pre the thing going on. And there's two countries involved. Okay, it's called actually three. It's called Mali. It's
Western
Libya
Sahara.
and finish. Go ahead and finish my statement, man.
Oh no, I was sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
My apologies.
It was Libya, it was Mali, and it was Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. Those three places for very strategic reasons. Also involved Obama. Okay, so go do your homework. I've for the past 7 years I've gone over it many times. I'm not going to do it here.
I don't
We
want the
have
202
we have
calls
learned
coming. Go ahead.
We have
you have
learned
learned your
not to.
lesson, sir.
I've learned my lessons, right?
Mm.
If you want the 202 call, you speak your mind. Okay, I don't
Yeah.
want it.
Yeah.
I do not debate with anyone
No,
besides my.
all that stuff is open. Hillary
Yeah.
Clinton lost the election behind that kind of shit. Okay,
Did it
two
also?
elections behind that.
Didn't
Well,
it
anyway,
also
Duly
allow?
noted.
Didn't it also
Thank
allow
you.
Morocco to take over Western Sahara too?
no,
No.
no.
And then here's a question:
Go ahead.
Lockerbie, was that him, or did he just accept it because it happened and he might as well?
Nobody really knows about
Yeah.
Lockerbie,
Yeah. Yeah.
and whoever did what, nobody's talking.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, nobody's talking. If you found anything, you can let us know. But Lockerbie happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
There's fingers going back and forth.
Yeah.
He paid whether he did it or not. He paid the price for it,
Yeah.
and nobody really knows. Could he have done it? He had the ability to do it.
Yeah.
Could somebody else have done it? We don't know.
Let me make
Could
sure
have
I
been
put
he have done it to actually provoke something? Nobody's talking.
Yeah.
But if he did do it, it's awfully stupid because everybody's gonna look at him.
And nobody want to catch that. You always know that silver bullet.
There
Well,
you go.
he caught the hands anyway. Okay.
Yeah. Because a lot of
Yeah,
that stuff.
what is-
That's one thing right there that you can look at, look in the chat, and then just like put that somewhere and go find it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a quote. I didn't say that. It's a
Mhm.
quote.
It's a quote. Yeah.
Okay, let me.
Yeah.
Okay,
In fact,
allegedly.
but Gaddafi, I think he didn't the year before. He actually came to the UN and made an
Mhm.
appearance and made a speech.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a very inspiring black speech.
Yes, it was.
I'll tell you this one. They were like, "Wait,
Get
you
him
gonna
out of
do
there.
what? You gonna
Yeah, yeah.
You gonna charge for some gold?"
It wasn't just the West that wanted Gaddafi gone. Let's put it that way. There's a
He
whole bunch
was
of people,
loved
Yeah.
for a quick
And-
minute until
and he was
that
hated.
speech.
And
Until
they
So
were
one
like,
more
"Wait a minute,
question. That's a chance
you
of
gonna be
getting a
what?"
202 call.
Okay, one more question. What is it, man?
All right. Venezuela, same thing.
Let's put it this way. You come to the UN and you call the sitting president the devil. What you think is
broke,
gonna happen to you?
Ooh, yeah.
broke, and
Oh,
they're
I
broke.
forgot about
Them
that.
niggas,
He
them
had a
niggas
heart
stay
attack
Oh,
begging
though,
for
oh,
didn't
money.
He
oh,
he?
said it smelled like
Venezuela stay
sofa.
begging for
sulfur.
money.
You forgot about that.
I
Yeah,
forgot about
Yes.
yeah.
that.
Ah, I
Also, don't
see.
forget
Nigga
the
said the
Monroe
same thing.
Doctrine.
Get out of here.
One at a
Qual,
time.
motherfucking Gaddafi had a real mission. Venezuela just a bunch of broke niggas. Just keep it real.
No, they
No,
were.
no, they weren't
Nah,
broke.
I
No, no, no.
wasn't.
They're still not
Yeah.
They
broke.
have a lot of
Yeah.
resources there.
Uh-huh.
They,
Oh,
they
wait,
have
wait,
the
wait.
For the US.
they have the second most oil reserves
Oil
on the
country.
planet.
Yeah.
So
Why
wait,
they
what
begging for
country?
money then,
What country was
BGS?
that where Bush?
Pookie, calm down, man.
What country was that where Bush had to do that like phenomenal ducking motion from the two shoes?
Iraq.
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 I remember that.
Oh,
dude.
there we go.
That
Okay,
was
never
the
mind.
day.
I was.
Whatever happened to
I
Willie
was.
Two Shoes?
Oh, they beat him down.
I don't know, but that was a
Uh,
beautiful cut by
CJ, if you really want to come up, man, you got space and the link is there.
Yeah,
That was a
he
beautiful duck.
gave an interview after
One
that.
time,
like,
y'all
He
got you
had
guys
to.
cannot speak. You guys cannot speak it. You got to remember.
Sure.
I know this seems like Clubhouse, right? But
No, this is
you
way
got
better.
250 people watching, right? You can't speak all at once. Okay.
Absolutely. Sorry about that.
He had some damn good reflexes though.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was a cheerleader.
Wait, who? Hold on. Oh,
Bush.
Baby Bush.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, Baby Bush was a cheerleader. Yeah.
The
Yep.
guy who threw those shoes wound up in prison for I think like 2 or 3 years, and he wound up
Oh,
lifting
that's
weights.
that's all.
He wound up
Don't
no,
see that as
he
well.
wound up getting really jacked from just lifting weights while he was in there.
he was,
Yeah, he had to
he was
protect
coming back
himself.
for his second
Yeah.
time.
Probably getting his lunch money took.
He
and
like
his
he
magazine.
like round he like round two. Round two, Bush.
I mean, if he would have landed one, just even on the shoulder, that would
Hey,
have
get
been
that nigga like.
A shoe. I think he can take a shoe to the face.
yeah.
Nah,
That's
come
all,
on,
that's all you
BGS.
got. Okay, you get thoroughly checked before you go in there. All you have is what's on you, and the shoe is
I
all he
mean,
can.
you're gonna get a couple of rib kicks anyway, so about as he
Yeah,
deserved.
yeah. You can get a couple of
Maybe a little
broken
bit more
ribs.
than that.
Might as make it worth your while. He actually got off two shoes.
Look, he probably came out looking like the janitor off The Simpsons and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
he threw the other one because he looked. Hey, I remember that clip because he looked back and then the other one came and he dodged out.
No, he had both shoes off. Okay, he was ready.
Whoa, I'm saying,
I stay ready.
why they do that though,
You're
BGS?
like,
on
oh,
the
all right, come
floor
on.
like that?
What it's to
Because
shame you. It's not to really hurt you. It's to shame you. In other words, we don't believe what you're saying.
because of
And
their
it's
culture
a public
and their
protest. Yeah.
Hard
and
shame.
their culture.
Is that real?
What's
They said they
real?
met a statue.
No, I don't know
And
about
stuff.
that. But anyway,
Statue of him.
And
Hell
in
no.
their
Who's
culture,
Morgan?
it's a really bad insult to show somebody. So, can you hear
throw
me?
shoes at
Oh,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We hear you.
Oh yeah, I said in their culture.
Oh man.
Big
Hey, before you BGS, quick, is there a resource? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Is it me or somebody else breaking up?
Sounds
I-
like
It was
Charles.
Charles a little bit. It was Charles
Okay.
a little bit.
Um,
But he's all right.
I have been looking around for a resource on these emerald cities. I've heard you speak about. Can you point me to
That's
anything?
what I call them. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I call them.
Okay.
Is there a resource? Probably not, because that's what I call them. But any research center. I have never seen a map of it, but there's
Yeah.
research centers that tech centers I call them.
What do you
Um,
mean Emerald Cities? I think I might have missed this.
In other words, I took it from Wizard of Oz, right? Where all the people go that have money can actually go. That's where the jobs and tech is. I
Yeah.
call them Emerald Cities, like Austin, San Francisco, L.A. What is it in North
New
Carolina?
York.
It's the Raleigh
Triangle.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the research
Pittsburgh.
triangle.
Yeah. They're trying to set up one in Pittsburgh.
Oh, it's there, man. Carnegie Mellon really
Yeah.
just blew that
So
place
so
up.
yes. So anytime you have a big institution, they set up little tech centers around it. So University of Texas, I think they planned theirs like 25 years ago. To actually bring in tech centers. I was actually talking to AL. I said, "What do you think South by Southwest was about? To actually bring these tech guys into party and have them look around and pitch their deal, which they did. It was successful. I have to give them credit. Took them
So
20
for-
years, but actually successful.
For Florida, it's around Disney. For
Yep.
Orlando, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, you got pretty much you got Atlanta, but like it's the outskirts of Atlanta. Then you got in South Carolina, it's that where's that? I think it's Clemson or something like that.
South Carolina has one.
It does, but it's not big. It's
It's
like
not big, yeah.
they're
Uh,
trying to grow it. Then you have where the old money is out in Charlotte, and then like the
Hmm.
research
That's what she
Yeah.
triangle.
said.
In Charlotte, isn't Charlotte a banking center?
yeah, it
Yeah,
is. Yeah, it
exactly.
is.
That's why I said the
Yes.
old money.
Well, Charlotte's been a banking center for a while.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And then
They don't call it the Queen City for nothing.
as you
Hmm.
go up the East Coast, like it's going to be
Yeah.
Virginia, Delaware pulled a whole bunch of
And
people because of their
Yeah. Boston, of course.
hmm oh yeah,
But
of
But
course.
Boston's old tech though, with
Yeah,
IBM and the like.
yeah, because it seems to
Oh
be a
yeah, IBM
combination
is in
of
North Carolina too, and
Yeah.
yeah,
it seems to be a combination of healthcare, IT, and then universities. Like those three things
Yeah.
become like a big fulcrum.
With Baltimore's John Hopkins. Okay.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
you got
Baltimore's kind of hard for them to actually turn that into an Emerald City, but they're working on
never
No,
mind.
actually
Um,
it's easy. Actually, it's becoming easier.
it.
as
Well, it's
soon
Oh
as
yeah,
you
easier
start
now.
Well,
cleaning the
because
people out of the
they're
areas.
not even that. It's because
they're raising the
each one of
prices.
the colleges. No, each one of the
Oh,
colleges are building and growing. So
Hmm.
Hopkins is
mm,
like Hopkins is. I don't. I'm not from Baltimore anymore. I'm from Johns Hopkins, Maryland.
they buying
So
all the buildings.
Hmm.
so pretty
Yeah,
much,
yeah,
they're
no,
just they're raising houses and other medical institutions. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
One of
because
my
Well,
out here,
Because
yeah, and out here in L.A., basically USC and UCLA are buying up half the fucking city.
yeah.
oh
I
it's
see
going.
that.
yeah,
Hey, it's going. LA's going to be end up like Davis is. BS. I'm gonna keep it real. You been to
Like who?
Davis? Davis.
Oh no, no, I never been to Davis.
You go look at how UC Davis is, the city of Davis, and how they have Davis, the UC Davis campus structured right in the middle of it, taking up most of the
Hmm.
fucking land.
Oh,
Where
you go to
basically the
downtown.
city's a
You
part of
go
it.
to USC started buying right after the right during the crack era. USC started buying up most of downtown LA
yo,
and the surrounding areas.
these
Personally,
students
I
are
don't like that
rich
One
shit.
time,
I don't
because
like this
one time.
college
Go
town.
ahead.
these students are rich because they stay in this building, and I swear to God, like the rent is a lot. I just went to go look at the price,
Hmm.
and so yeah, well,
Private
fuck it, it
tuition.
don't matter. So like yeah, it's a basketball court in here, and like a lot of
Hmm.
the US C players be in here like practicing. It's
Hmm.
a bunch of people actually. It was who was it that was playing ball in here just not too long ago? Anyway, it was a basketball person. I don't care.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hell, they just
so
built a what that SoFi Stadium's like $6 billion to build that bastard.
mhm. but
They didn't build it for
it's
nothing.
like right down the street.
Hmm.
But the thing about it is, they're like I'm trying to figure out how much money these students get just to
A
go to
lot,
school.
a lot.
A lot.
Well,
Oh,
I'll tell you,
it depends. It depends on the student. Most of
it's
these rich people that send them to USC, Asian and white and others.
Asian and white.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
hella Asian
And
kids
so,
and
so
white
to
kids.
keep the riffraff down, hell they give well this is a while back. This got to be like 10 years ago. I was actually picking up one of my girlfriend's daughters right from school. Right, I walked into the administration office, but back then this got to be like 2000. Hell, 2005, 2006, USC was given 45,000 grants to
Yeah.
inner city students. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, for the underprivileged, and they still
Mm,
some of these schools,
it,
these UCs, and BJs, they still do give like 15. Because I'm
they
actually
they
gonna get a couple of those.
yeah they do that because they want to make peace with the surrounding area.
They feel guilty for taking up
uh,
all the land.
Ooh, no, they want to keep you from robbing the
Oh,
coming in.
students and
from
fucking
hopping
things
the
up. Yeah,
gates.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
right near the hood too. Like it
Oh
pretty
yeah.
much.
Right, right
What
near it,
college is?
That's
What
all that's
smack
gonna be
college?
dab in the
left,
middle of
baby.
it. We talking about
That's
right
all
near
that.
it, in the
Well, it
middle
looked
of it.
real
What?
nice until you walk to a
It,
certain point.
well,
It reminds me.
the thing is,
Yeah,
you didn't see USC 30 years ago, right?
Yeah,
The
everybody keeps
It's
telling me that.
surrounded by the hood. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
matter
Go
of
walk.
fact, no. Everybody keeps telling me you didn't see downtown LA before.
Oh, hell, yeah,
Like
yeah. They cleaned out all the homeless like 20 years ago. They started
they were like you
25
went.
years ago. Started cleaning them
Mhm.
out.
They were
Yeah.
like you wouldn't
Oh
want to
yeah.
live here. Like you like it
Yeah.
now, but
No,
That reminds
no.
me.
You
That
want to go see
reminds
the?
me when I was a. You know what's the funniest shit is when you're a homeless patrol.
Hmm.
Oh my god, it's the funniest shit
oh,
because
it's a
you
patrol.
get all like homeless
Nigga,
is
homeless
like
patrol.
yes, homeless patrol.
Y'all
when
niggas
you
got a
have like
specific unit for the motherfucker.
it's not a just it's not a
City unit.
specific
What are you talking
unit.
about? You just talking mess, man. Shut up, Boogie.
Yeah, we got our Pookie Patrol too.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
talking.
Oh yeah, boy. Well, Pookie Patrol is the whole police force, man, in Baltimore.
Yeah,
Gotta
they be
No,
beating his
Pookie
ass.
Patrol is the whole
Beating.
daggone WIT community because if
You
four of
know.
us stand together,
Yeah.
must walk up.
Hey,
Quick.
white and black Pookies. Okay,
Oh shit.
Pookie knows no race. Okay,
Oh, like oh
Not
shit! It's four
anymore.
of them. We got a
they
riot.
never did.
Hey, what are you guys doing, huh?
Hey,
Yo,
Get
we
the
you,
look.
hey bro, can I bum a square off you, man? Hey
Look,
bro.
Hell
I
nah, you
swear to
ain't getting
God,
no motherfucking
we did
square.
this
Uh,
experiment in the military so many times. We was like, all right, all right, look, just stand right next to each other, act like we talking about something funny, right? Let's see which one comes up first. And literally, it was like within 15 minutes, one white guy would always, one of them that we don't even talk to on a regular, would
Hmm.
always walk up. What are you guys doing, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's like, what are y'all patrolling us?
yeah,
No.
yeah.
They want to have fun, so they think you're having fun. They want to
They're
laugh too, and
like
and
look
then they
look
go
look
back
look.
and then they go back and tell that the same black joke over and over again for the next month,
steal your jokes and
and
shit.
steal
Yeah,
your jokes. Yeah.
yeah. That's the weird thing about white people. Either they're hella scared or they want to. Hey, bro, how you doing? And you tell
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Oh
heard
yeah.
about the news and
You
Hmm.
motherfucker.
know,
When you get talking,
Hey,
it's fun. I
don't be a
tell you.
smart black guy around a white guy, man, because you can't get rid of
he,
him.
oh my God, I know BGS. He's got to
Oh
stop
God.
talking.
Get out of my
Eventually, you gotta cut it
brain.
off.
Get out of my
Nigga, start.
An-
fucking brain.
I never
It's
met
anyway.
one like you before. The fuck do you mean by
like
that?
wow, you're real smart.
You're
Right?
smart. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you
You
know,
Because what?
motherfucker.
Let me tell you.
Because
Oh man,
because
some of us got a
black guys are a lot more agreeable if they're smart than the white guys that are smart.
this one kid,
yeah.
Yeah, them
this one
motherfuckers are
guy
irritating.
told me,
Hmm.
uh, I would love to take you home, but I don't think you make it past the fire. I mean,
Police
past the
department.
church.
Oh, pass. He's
And I
probably
was like,
right though.
what are you
Oh,
talking about?
damn.
Because he was like,
He liked you. Yeah. He said, I want to keep you as a friend.
oh
Yeah,
man, that
and
was.
not as a target.
Yeah.
You know,
All right.
like I had a guy say that in the army once. Be like, "Wow, you would love it home." I was like, "Shit, do I have to be out by sundown?"
Well, yeah, you do.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I'll have to drive you home.
Hey, BGS, I'll be
Don't worry,
like, you
Pooch.
motherfucker.
tell me,
Don't
is
worry,
he
Pooch.
robbing you? You
You
know,
Oh
I
yeah.
never understood it. Like you flash a badge, and it's like white people start smiling, like the clouds go away.
Hmm.
You
I
start
wish I
seeing
had a
people
badge,
skipping.
bro.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
I,
safe. Yeah.
I still got a second job like the rest of those niggas.
But
Yeah.
Y'all
you
got
do.
a
I'm gonna
tap
tell you
badge.
now.
dance.
You
Charge the
ain't
No,
swerve on that.
it's called code switch. Okay.
hmm
Shit.
Yeah. Anyway, Joel, you want to jump in or you just sitting?
Oh yeah, I'm in the truck, so I don't know if y'all can hear all the background
Oh
noise.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you sound kind
You
of
yeah.
got
you
an
sound
echo.
Okay.
kind of weird, brother. Like
Yeah, you
in
sound
the hall of
yeah,
mirrors.
you sound
Wait,
like you're on a space station.
This
what
nigga at
about
the
CJ?
boardwalk in the hall of mirrors.
Because
My
CJ
man up
came
there.
up when you requested him to come up.
Yeah, what's up?
He was there. I said if he wanted to come up, he didn't have to.
Oh yeah, nigga, wasn't you both? Didn't that nigga start the whole live stream
No,
because of
he didn't
that?
start anything. I
Oh,
said out of respect, I responded to him,
Jesus.
so I allowed that. I'm making space for
Dang,
Well,
this brother's real
salutations,
quiet and
CJ. How you
patient.
doing?
You got good manners,
What's
brother.
up?
him.
I'm
What's
good.
up?
How's everybody doing?
What's
Everybody's
up,
all
man?
right.
How you
You
doing,
know,
brother?
like Pookie Truth is like, you know, he'd be like, "Yeah, we at the gun line, boss." God damn, dog.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Hey, Charles, I've been watching Hawkeye. Okay,
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's just youth, man. Because
that's
I
just
think
you.
the funniest I had a
homegirl will
funny
not
story. My
shut up.
brother,
Yeah, that's just youth. Like,
Yeah,
especially he had to show her something cool so she could just get it.
yeah,
You know, it's kind of funny when you actually have to train people and shit, and they be like,
yeah.
"Can you do something cool?" Um, what do you define as cool? Like, like one chick, she was like, do you really work out?" I do a little bit something. Like,
Oh my god.
and she's actually in kinesiology, so it was kind of funny. It was even funnier. She has a degree in it. So one time, you know how people just grab you by the shoulder,
Hmm.
and my boy Mike White, he was like he saw me like snatch from the ground, press up like 250 overhead,
Hmm.
and he was like, I said, man, I can't wait to get my abs back the way they used to. And he was looking. He was like, dude, you actually have abs. Not like they were when I was 20. But
Shit, I got
Nobody,
them.
you,
and he was
nobody ever. Well, you because you're 19, Negro.
I can't
Hey,
believe
hey, hey.
I'm
Shut up.
like, yo,
nigga,
you
you
don't
pissed. You
understand.
nigga, the wind, nigga, you're 19. The wind goes the right way. You dig it hard. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah. Shut the fuck
Okay.
up.
And it
Shoot,
was
Nigga,
the,
like
nigga
she
can
went to
dunk.
grab the back. She was like, yeah. And she grabbed the back of my shoulder, like my trap. She was like, God damn, it's like a brick. I was like, should it not be? He's just like, let me know. Like, it's funny when you actually train them and show them something real cool and be like, yo, I gotta try that. Even though I'm hard on the females because if you get a flat tire, you changing your shit. No special privileges here. I don't care how cute you are.
So
Yeah, she
hopefully
was
one
like,
day I'll be big as Charles. Enough
Uh,
no,
eating.
you don't.
you haven't even you won't be fully grown for another 10 years, man. Don't even worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Just start lifting now. You
Yeah.
don't want to listen. You just like being a string bean.
I do
He
it.
plays basketball. It's all right. One thing, don't worry about it, man. You got plenty of time.
Now
Let's
does
see.
he now see you got to rephrase the question,
Oh,
BGS.
don't show too
Does he
much.
play basketball well? That's the
Oh,
One cannot tell to until one season warm up. Then you can tell.
thing.
man, you better check me warm up.
If the shoot around, you can tell whether a guy can play or not.
I told you I got
Yeah.
my fitness channel, BDS. I'm gonna be posting that content.
I will
Don't
post
play.
shit, man. I don't
Don't
talk.
don't
Show.
you
All
know
right.
don't give me a don't show me promises. You know.
Hmm like we wanted to see that 400 pound bench press that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, you know
Well,
you
shit,
got
I don't
video of
even
that,
have a
right?
bench for that. I gotta get a bar and a bench.
Nigga.
Look,
I mean, I can show you a 400-pound bench press.
Yeah, he has.
look,
Charles
if he
has a
pushed
bunch of times.
if he pushed 400 with that body,
Hmm
I almost pop out with that on three and change. So
Nigga,
I
damn.
hmm
I
A
want
high.
to see. I want to see what.
What's wrong with your eye, motherfucker?
He we no
What's
he
wrong
can't
with your eye?
he cammed up when we said okay, never mind.
Look,
So I was like,
I'm
I
Never
not
was
as
like,
mind.
nearly as how
I
big
remember.
as big as I was last year. So
Yeah, I don't
come
want
on.
to hear it.
I remember when I posted that video of me lifting that shit. He was like, "See, nigga,
Yeah.
see."
Yeah.
BGS was like, "See, nigga."
Well, I knew you could. When I first saw you, I knew you could hit it.
But
Because
I forgot what you said. When I did the 315, and it was the guy I used to coach. He was like, "Can you still do it?" I said, "Let's see." And the BGS put in the comments, "Well, why not 405?" I got
all right.
Saulo,
So
you've
is
been to
that wait?
four
Hold on.
clicks?
How long did it? Was this a situation of progress, or was this already where you knew you could hit? Because I'm about to say, okay, let me see. What is that? The
It's
aim
about-
that we need to aim for
He showed the
for my
video.
birthday?
I mean,
For my birthday.
I'll put it to you this way. I put a few of my secrets in that community section. I mean,
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Lord.
if you go up in there, you'll see it. I'm in full uniform. I'm
Yeah.
lifting. It
Yeah.
ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Well, I think you did 405 in full uniform, didn't you?
Yep, and a 3.
Yeah, belts and all.
Yep.
All
My
right.
partner was looking at me like, "Yeah,
Is he
regular
human?
people regular people can't do that shit."
I'm gonna see
Yeah.
what I can reach by my birthday.
Okay.
So yeah, by February, let me see. Because truthfully, I gotta get myself back to look. I gotta walk out sexy. I want to walk out with just some shorts and the chicks be, oh, that's something nice he's wearing.
Shit, me too.
I tell you, just
$5
April
holler.
1st. April 1st. April
Trying to
1st,
get
I'll
some-
be 40, so I'm gonna be working my ass off from that point on to that point. Be like, yeah, I want to be like the hot dad, like, yeah.
Get
It's
back
funny
down to
because
6% body fat.
oh no, I get down that damn low. Fuck that.
Me,
Wow.
I'm doing
I used to
that.
be 5% in college.
Say what?
So I used
Say
to be
what, Joe?
5%. I used to be 5% in college.
You play
Okay.
ball?
were really
Yeah, what'd you play? Yeah.
You run track?
Oh,
You
run
just run
track or
track or play
something?
ball?
No, I'm saying just I used to play football in high school, but I got a terrible shoulder injury that pretty much
Damn.
I was done.
Okay.
But I still worked out when I was in college. But the thing about me was I was one of those people that didn't like even today. Like I don't put on a bunch of muscle, but I'm
Oh,
still like
you have a high metabolism.
yeah. So it's like
Okay.
so I'm like
No, he said
215,
muscle,
220
though.
now. Yeah, like I'm 220 right now, but it's just like I don't look big or really jacked or nothing.
Okay. Okay.
So wait, so you can lift that? You saying so? Like you pretty
No,
much you
no,
got
no, no.
I can
In
rep.
other,
Yeah, I can rep 225. I might max out probably close to 300, but like I don't.
uh,
I don't look jacked at all.
how
What's
tall
your
are
yeah.
you?
height?
Barely.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
your
I'm like
height?
5'11".
Okay.
so you got
Uh,
like a lot of your tinsel or not short
Ten,
twitch. You got a lot of
tensile strength, tendon
yeah, I know.
strength.
Possibly in my like my arms have always been scrawny, but like I used to be able to curl like 35 and 40, and like my arm would probably be like half the size of some big buff dude.
So would
Like,
you
but
consider
yeah,
So
yourself more of a endomorph or a mesomorph type body set? You know what I mean by that?
he's looking it up.
Hey, to be honest, like, bro, I don't even know what mine is. Like, it's weird with my physiology because
You're
it
you,
appears.
you're
You're,
still
you're,
young. It's kind of hard to tell.
you're still young, so but
Yeah, because
from your height, you're
can
very
I change
slinky.
it?
You're not naturally. I mean,
Can you
you gotta.
change it? No, no, you can't
Not
change it.
yet.
No, you
You
See,
can
can't. You
improve
can change
upon.
the way you look, but you can't change your body.
when you
Yeah,
look
Your
at
but
The body
your
composition.
metabolism. Yeah.
if
when,
can you put on
No,
muscle easily?
you can change your body composition, but the thing is, you can't change the way your metabolism actually burns
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, I
see
can
when
put
you
on
look
muscle,
at
Charles. I
uh,
was holding
Charles
you know, I was
and
holding
me, you
245.
could tell
One time.
when you look at Charles and me, you could tell we were born for the plantations. Uh,
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
That nigga, I'm
yeah, you
dead.
but
know it's sad when you grow up and you had to face the fact that you definitely would have been a field nigga. That's it.
I would have been running.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
tough.
you ain't getting nope. Your
No,
ass
no,
ain't
no.
getting in the house fucking the white women.
Shit,
Nah,
I would have been running, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
nah, yeah,
Well,
Believe it or not,
see,
Why
CJ,
did you run?
you could have spoke up, man. You could have
boxing in
spoke
the
up.
parlor room for Mr. Candide.
CJ, you don't want to hang, man. Go to sleep.
I was an
it's
exercise physiologist in college, and like most people don't even have the gene for the abs. Like there's a certain gene you have to have that kind of 6 pack, 8 pack look.
Yeah,
And when you were
to
saying
make
about the whole, yeah, everybody's born different. Like Usain Bolt and what's the guy, the cyclist guy? They
Hmm.
naturally have a high amount of whatever that twitch muscle they have. Like
Yeah,
some
yeah,
people,
fast twitch
yeah,
muscle.
you
fast
can
twitch.
train. Yeah, you can train, but you'll never get as good as someone who naturally has it.
No,
No,
most
it's
all you
like
can do is max out what you have.
he's
it's
here's
like
the,
overloaded.
here's
it's
the
like
beautiful.
I'll tell you the truth. Like Dre. Oh my God. Like I will say that's one of the strongest people at 170 pounds I ever had to face when we wrestled.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ, like, and I wasn't a weak 170 pounder either. So it was like
You were
I'm
170
ten
pounds. Damn.
when I
In
wrestled in
high
high school.
school.
Yeah, high school. That makes perfect sense for a size.
So it was like I would take down Dre and I was like hit him like it was funny because if you wrestling you want to get center low center of gravity stay as low.
Yeah.
I was so fast I could stand straight tall till you would hit your ankle and you would even see it. Took him down, tried to pin him. Next thing I
Mhm.
know, I'm thinking I'm about to win, and I notice my body is going up like I'm on a hydraulic plant, and it's just him pressing me off of him. Like, oh,
There you go.
like, oh, you one of them niggas. Okay. Like, one of them niggas. Like, shit. Like, some people just got it. Like, some people just born to run. Some
Mm.
people are just born to lift. And some people you like,
Born to eat.
Here's the best.
nah,
Part.
not just that. Nah, they born to get their piss checked. Check
Here's
that
the
nigga's piss.
here's the
Mhm.
best part
Oh
about a
God,
lot of let's say just black people overall. We have that gene. A majority,
Francis
unless.
Ngannou ass too.
Hmm?
He's another born to get pissed ass nigga. Too fucking big.
Wait, who? Francis Ngannou?
Francis Ngannou?
Francis
But no, he
Ngannou.
wasn't born here. He's
I know
original.
he
No,
wasn't.
he's African.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's built like an African god, man. Like you looking at
Look,
what's that defensive end from Cleveland?
Hmm.
I'm
What's
sure.
his name? Huh?
I'm not sure on that one.
What's the dude, the black dude who went to shake Lamar's hand when he made the touchdown? There's a reason why he wear the shirts. He said, "Man, I went out there because I followed like him and Aaron Donald
Hmm.
and Ray Lewis working out,
Mhm.
and it's like he took off one time. He came to play without the sleeves. He said, "I played Sunday. Monday morning, I was taking a piss test."
Yeah, bro.
Somebody said
Look,
Miles Garrett.
so
Yeah,
Francis
Miles
Ngannou,
Garrett is
right?
a fucking freak of nature, man.
Ngannou, right? He was raised the way he was raised. he was in a situation where he was one of those kids that dug out those large pits for like I think it was what's that battery stone that we need? I think it's not cobalt,
Um,
Coltan.
Cope.
coltan,
Who's got a
right?
cat in the
So
background?
Yeah,
so
That's
who is
my
that?
cat.
he
That's
Oh, it's
used
your
Alice.
to
cat. Okay.
It's Alice.
most
My
of his
mother's
life
cat at my
he
mother's
was
house.
digging in
Mhm.
those holes when he had, and then like his chance out was the UFC, and that's how he came over here in the first place because of the UFC.
Yeah, I'd knock a nigga out too if I was gonna die in a fucking mine.
Yeah.
Shit,
Mm.
you'd be amazing. Like Martin Lard said, he said you want a white heavyweight champion. It ain't gonna happen till brother need a job. He beat your ass
I
for
w-
a ham sandwich.
yeah, I was hoping the UFC would keep them to weak champions in. Maybe my ass could train, but see, now they didn't got in that motherfucker.
I
Nah,
mean,
Yeah,
you
yo,
gonna
no, you
nah
ain't even
Steve
at the. I'm at his
nah
weight
Steve
class. Like
nah Steve able
usually,
to beat Steve able to beat your ass. No.
yeah, because usually I'm at
man,
205. For
Stipe
the
would have
size that
retired
you
by
are,
then.
you're gonna
He's
be
too
like a
old.
you're gonna be like a flyweight. Nah, a super. No, you'll be out of
Shit, a
He'll
flyweight.
be
flyweight, nigga.
No,
Hold
because
he'll
you
on,
be
bro.
can't do
he'll be a
medium.
One time. Yeah.
You
he'll be
can't
a
do medium
light
weight.
heavy. He'll be a light heavy.
A light heavy. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
bro.
what's
I'm
your
not,
weight right now?
my nigga. I'm like 180. What are you talking about?
No, he
Like
can't be
Like
light
185.
heavy. I told you. I know what I was looking at that day when he was
Yeah, but
saying
no,
I'm
that.
not.
he's
I'm
if
not
he
even. I'm not
Light
training.
heavy
I'm
is
not
about
eating.
when
I'm
yeah,
not.
light heavy is like
is
was it
205.
Yeah, I'm
no
205.
heavy no we're talking about the UFC.
Yeah,
Who you
Yeah,
205
talking
in
Oh,
the
UFC
about?
is
okay,
UFC.
UFC.
205 is heavy.
Oh,
Okay.
UFC, okay.
205 is
That's
heavy.
actually that
But
is
that's not
205.
lightweight. That's not lightweight.
205
That's
is
anything.
heavy and be up. Like you gotta be below
No,
205.
yeah, you gotta be below 205.
Welter? Would I
To
be welterweight
No,
or cruiser?
welter is like 140,
You would
140
no
Oh,
welter
okay.
in the UFC is 170.
is
In
170.
boxing is
Wow.
140.
Okay.
so
It's
if
like
he
It's
trains,
different. It's different. I know it's
but
different.
if he
I know
trains,
140, 45. Yeah, if he
he say
trains,
he's 170 something now. If he trains and he gets to that real point of like where his muscle
he'll be
goes
about
past a
240.
certain point, he's gonna be down to about 140 something, 150.
Hell
Because
But
no,
that will
dude. I'm
drain.
already
That will
at like.
drain.
I'm
No,
at
he no, but
220.
he's a basketball player, so he's not. So he already has low body fat.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So
bro.
he's
I'm
not
already
gonna
at
be.
like
He's
low.
gonna have
Like,
to like. He's gonna
So
have to be really, really fast and
yeah,
have a mean sprawl.
he's like 6'3", and he's already a basketball player, so he already has low body fat. He can't cut that much more.
well, I am really, really
Uh,
fast, and I can sprawl. So as long as I get trained, I'll be all right.
You might be fast, but is you faster than the punch coming straight to your eye?
Can the thing is, can you take a punch? That's the biggest thing. Yeah,
Shit, I've
yeah,
been
because
sparred before. I done got
you are
punched in
going
my.
to get hit. You are going to get hit.
Yep.
and viciously. I
Mhm.
mean, especially when you get hit with one of the punches that turn you around.
Mhm.
Oh
Mhm.
shit!
You know,
Can you fight through? Can you fight through that black fog that you're
I
gonna
could
see?
fight through a punch to the back of the head, about 24 of them.
there
No,
you go.
back of the head is one thing. Get hit on the chin or
Chin.
someplace like
Right.
that is
Well,
yeah.
How many
Oh, that's-
how many
Well, put
fights?
your hands up, man. Shit, more than
talking
I
real
can
Hands
handle.
up.
Yeah,
Hands up.
Your
Yeah,
hand's supposed to be
hands
up
up.
if you're in a fight.
When
I
that
felt
when that nigga
punches
Your
hits,
chin,
that
nigga,
go
what you gonna
through. I felt punches that go through blocks.
Yeah.
You just don't want to get punched. I'm
Yep.
telling you
Nah.
now, because with some people, it's so much power, and I know I blocked it. It's
Mhm.
so much power.
Still
It
hurt.
goes through the block.
Yeah, still and it
Mhm.
still hurt. Like I'm plain and simple that these people ain't been in enough fights. As a person who kind of like to fight
Mhm.
and all like that, trust me.
Yeah, you got to get conditioned.
I'm gonna
You
tell
need
you
to
when you
cover.
when you spar with a motherfucker who knows how to hit.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're
I remember one time somebody hit me so hard, I took it, but I had an out of body experience, and I looked at myself and was like, God damn,
like
You
I,
gotta,
I,
tough,
damn.
you gotta toughen your body up, don't you? Like, goddamn, like I'm gonna take
Yeah,
Eventually you will.
you eventually you will.
Yeah,
Body
toughen
is
your
one
body up,
thing.
man.
hard.
Body is one
So
thing, but
hard,
when
it
you
feel
get
like
that
it-
hit to the
One at
head,
a time, one at a time, y'all. One
go
at a time.
ahead, Dre.
Yeah, but I'm saying you ever been hit? You hit so hard where you feel like in slow motion, where it
Yes.
took like that. If you don't feel like it's in slow motion, where it's like you had enough time to go write a 5-paragraph essay, you ain't never been hit.
shit.
No.
I see that before
Hey,
during the
I
fight.
done been hit so hard. I thought I saw the window screen, brother.
Well, I'm just
Look.
letting you know. I
Yeah,
remember
by-
one time I told you I got hit one time so hard that literally I had to lay there and laugh.
By a professional fighter or
That bad. Like that's bad when somebody just be like, "What the hell wrong with that?" Yeah, I mean, literally. And I ain't even
Look.
gonna lie.
Look,
I'll tell you
I-
the hardest I've ever hit a guy. I loosened up his permanent fronts.
Bro.
I would never do that.
did they turn black afterwards?
Huh?
Did
Why
they
would
turn
you
black
lose
after?
to
You know
somebody
how
in front?
that
That you are
teeth die?
just so mean,
because
One
he had
Stoneball.
time,
him
one
in his
time, one
mouth
time, one
because
time.
he had him in his mouth, and you know how they connecting,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh
and
no
he
no
threw
no.
and he
Ooh.
had and he threw a hook. So
Mm-hmm.
I weaved it,
Mm-hmm.
came under it,
The
and
counter.
threw a hook. Boom!
On
Mm-hmm.
the
He was
Oh
like,
yeah,
inside.
yeah. Oh
he
yeah,
had to be
yeah.
like, he was like, yo, stop, stop, stop. What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Charles,
he's
Yeah.
fucked up.
My
He's
per
fucked
my
Charles,
up.
per
I
my,
would. But see, that's them
Ooh,
Baltimore
he's fucked up.
niggas. I would never hit nobody in their front teeth. Never.
Me either. Cause I
No, that
yeah,
was
cause
just the counter.
I
There you
don't
go.
really like
Well,
I don't
No,
like
you
I
doing
did. You
One
I don't
time,
did
one
I
time,
did that
one at a
lie.
time, y'all.
I
I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
talk
punch
about
nobody in
when
the
I
teeth like,
actually
bro.
hit somebody because it's still on record. But
Mm-hmm.
when I got hit by one person, this one particular situation, I got hit and I
Mm-hmm.
felt the first punch hit him, but I was knocked out. But I kept hitting him because I knew that I knew where he
Damn,
was. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
see, and all I saw was like the little
A
grid,
shadow.
the
damn.
Yeah,
stars and stuff like
yeah.
that. No, it was
Mm.
no shadow. It was just
Oh no.
straight
Oh, oh.
stars.
Oh, you.
And
Oh,
then
you. All you saw was black, huh?
He was
But
stunned.
then I
Yeah,
kept hitting him anyway because I knew he was still there. So I was just hitting him with a flurry until my eyes came back. And when my eyes came back, I was like, "Oh God, I ain't letting that boy hit me like that ever again."
like, I
Yeah, he
mean,
was. Yeah.
I remember one time I got hit so hard I thought I was picking up a prescription.
Think
Wow,
Hey,
damn.
I remember one time I got cracked so bad, BGS. I ain't gonna
Mm.
lie, man. This is back when I was
Mm-hmm.
doing my boxing spar, and this motherfucker was an amateur. This motherfucker hit me so hard with a counter straight right. I felt
Mm-hmm.
like I just got thrown in the chlorine pool face first.
Mm.
I was stunned too, waffle
That's
legs, all
when
type of shit.
the most
Yeah,
mass.
you
I
hear that bell. You
I
hear
got
that bell. Beep.
I
I'm
got
gonna
back
tell
in
you,
there.
Yep.
I got back in there. He tried to
but you
put
know,
me
Mm-hmm.
I've been.
down,
And say, "Where? Who?
but I got
Tell
back in
somebody.
there.
Somebody turn off that fire alarm, man."
I'm gonna
Beep.
tell
What
you,
the fuck? Hey,
I've told you one of the most
Mm-hmm.
massive shocks to the body I ever took was when Poncho, Larry Brown's son, hit me with a fucking Aikido throw,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like when you're thrown, God knows it. That's a vicious way to throw a motherfucker
Mm-hmm.
because he had me, and it wasn't like a shoulder. It was like an over the shoulder throw,
Mm.
and I didn't see it coming,
Mm.
and all you
So,
heard was
so,
splat.
so you couldn't. So you
Oh.
couldn't brace for it.
I was like, oh God, this is gonna hurt.
Wait, did
So
you had on like gi, or you had on like the shorts,
no,
or
no,
what you have on?
this was straight wrestling, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like with no shirt, no top? Or I'm trying to figure out
was
how
it
he
was it
actually
street
grabbed you like that.
wrestling or like
No,
wrestling
this is
No,
competitive?
this is wrestling.
nah, because in wrestling you can do all the throws in judo, no gi.
That's all I was saying. This is street wrestling. You
So
better
in
elbow
other
that
words,
motherfucker.
let's
Yeah,
say when a
he hip
person got
tossed.
your wrist and he instead of hip tossing you, which means his
Oh,
hip, you're going over his shoulder.
he grabbed
Pow!
the oh wow.
And next thing
Oh,
you
that
know,
hurt.
it was so massive. It was like I just went limp before the
Mm.
impact.
Mm-hmm.
And it shook it is like it hydro shocked through my whole fucking body where when I came up to wrestle again,
Mm-hmm.
I actually felt the
It
peanut
hurt.
butter and taste in
Mm.
my mouth. Like in other
Ooh.
words,
Okay.
imagine being thrown so hard the capillaries in your mouth burst. There's no open wound and you're
That's a
bleeding.
good thing though. It's good that you actually you didn't tense up because it would have been worse. So it's
I
good.
broke every damn bone in my body. I got him back
Hmm.
though because he tried to go for like a few weeks later. I was learning. He tried to go for the same throw, so I reversed
Mm-hmm.
it with a throw of my own.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! And he was like, "Ow! Now you learn."
Good throw. Good throw, man.
You can tell if I liked you or not because everybody know I'm a takedown artist. But if I didn't like you and if you were just one knucklehead, I'm not gonna take you down. I'm gonna throw you. And it
Mm.
was one dude. I love my boy Aaron Bradshaw. I love him to death. Man, he was too cocky. Mr. Brown was like, humble him. Okay. Should I take him? No. He says no takedowns, throws. Okay. So each time he would come into me, it took him like 20 times to be like, okay, I'm ready to settle down. Good job. Like, oh God, like I'm just like I'm feeling bad for him. Like, Jesus, come on, just chill.
On that
Oh
wrestling.
man. Oh, trust me. What's even worse is when you get when one of my boys from high school, he was teaching jujitsu. I think he has his brown belt. I think he's working on black now. If not, he's already a black belt. Oh
Mhm.
my God. When you get motherfuckers around your neck.
Hey,
Like, I don't
hey,
care.
Charles. Do you know those Tony Ferguson moves? Are you familiar with those tactics as well? Because I know that's not like traditional kind of wrestling, but it is still like in the
Tony Ferguson. That's Tony
you
Ferguson's
know his
more sambo. He's more Russian sambo, which is kind of wrestling, but it's like wrestling and judo had a baby with
Hmm.
a little bit of boxing. It'd be sambo. So it's it's kind of brutal if you think about it. Like, see, instead of in judo you can't do leg locks, but in sambo you can. I don't think you could do chokes in sambo necessarily, but
yeah. I don't see him employ too many
but
like
see
chokes and shit.
the thing is I don't like showing people leg locks because
Hmm.
you can break a person's leg faster than they can tap if you do it too. So
Yeah,
it's got to be gradual.
Tony was he was fighting the submission in his last fight. He was caught in that no, it was an ankle lock. He was twisting his shit too, and he was just he was just tearing on that tendon, man, just pulling on that motherfucker.
Now, I'm gonna tell
And
you,
he was not
Juno,
tapping, man.
one of my Facebook friends, you'll know who she is if I mention. I'm not gonna say the name, but you'll know who she is. She's the only American to win 2 gold medals in judo. Um,
Hmm.
so I actually have another Facebook friend who has a silver or bronze medal in Taekwondo.
Wait, hold on. Was she a major hype person not too long ago until she got knocked out?
No, no, no. But she trained with that person.
Okay,
But she trained with her.
Yeah, that
gotcha.
person
So
only got bronze.
yeah, she only got bronze. The person I'm talking about has 2 gold medals. So it's funny because when you see the technique she does, oh god, like boom, like Jesus Christ, like you see some of the throws. Now Greco, you got to have an extremely strong upper body for Greco, man, because that's basically
True.
what it is, upper body wrestling. Like imagine a grown man just ripping you off your fucking feet and just like,
Strong,
oh
strong,
gosh,
strong back too.
Yeah.
Wow, I
Hey,
have.
here's it, Charles. What are your thoughts
yes.
on Carolyn?
I got a question.
The experiment?
Um, I
He's one
I plan on
that
getting
Hold on,
into
hold
a.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Go ahead, Jules. Ask your
Yeah.
question. Ask your question.
What are your thoughts on Carolyn, and then on Rulon Gardner?
um,
Because I'm not a
Rulin had
Greco
him.
guy, but I know.
Rulin. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, keep
Yeah, because
going.
I'm not a Greco guy. I wrestled freestyle, but I'm not a Greco guy. But I know
That's
that
what I
was like,
did.
yeah, it was an upset. But I'm just,
Yeah, it was a hell of an upset.
yeah,
When you win 15 fucking world titles straight, world Olympic titles straight, that's a hell of an upset.
yeah,
Like you never lost a match till then. Shit, I mean, he's the besides him and what's his name Lopez, who just won his 4th Greco-Roman title. They're number 1 and number 1A, greatest of all time. You can't question it. You got one guy who was undefeated all these years, another guy who has 4 Olympic gold medals. Imagine that. What's that? 16 years of dominance.
yeah.
Can't beat that.
Yes,
That's number
sir.
one and number 1 and number 1A. I don't. You figure out which one puts in there. I'll leave that to you.
Yeah. And what do you think? What do you think with that whole thing with Gardner? Was it just a fluke?
No, it's just he just got him.
Time, just
You
time.
can't.
Yeah.
He's timing. You know. Guess what? I'd rather be lucky than good. Shit.
Yeah, wrestling is about positioning, to be honest, to a certain extent. It's not even about the skill.
It's
No,
like
it's all skill.
it's just all skill.
It's all
Fuck
It's
that.
all
No,
skill.
because like
It's all skill.
I don't
It's
because like that's the
positioning
thing is
skill,
yeah.
strength, technique. It's
Yeah.
everything. Like
Endurance,
It's a
all that kind of stuff.
combination, but I mean,
Endurance.
if you're in horrible fucking position, I mean,
Yeah,
Let
but
me put
I've
it to you
seen
like
Well,
this,
guys.
you
Boom.
can't get you got to be in a position in the first place. That's
Yeah,
Boom.
all.
Yeah.
it's
Let me tell you.
technique.
Let me tell you
the
this right here.
truth? What's the
Wait,
greatest reversal?
here I go. Look, Drew.
the one you don't have to get out of.
Every single thing that you do, the skill is more important than the actual just doing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like so, because one of the things that comes into play too is once you train enough to a certain point, you don't have to think about it.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah,
You drill
Exactly.
it over. That's the thing
yeah,
about
yeah.
wrestling is you
It,
just drill and
Okay.
drill and
All right,
drill
all
and
right.
drill.
Go ahead, Joel. You wanted to say something? Go ahead and get in.
Yeah, I think my volume kind of gets muted every now and then because there was like a pause. So sorry if I was talking over
No,
somebody.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but I have a question because I'm not sufficient in any martial arts, but I do plan on getting into a boxing gym to kind of work on my hands and cardio and stuff, but what MMA style would be like complimentary for a beginner, like to start off? Because my flexibility is trash. I'm not even gonna lie.
You said
Well,
MMA or
MMA or just martial art period.
Like just some type
Well,
of martial arts. Like what would be good for like someone starting?
basic boxing, basic wrestling, basic ground fighting.
And running.
Um, and running and stretching and how old are you?
I mean, you want to run away from a fight sometimes.
So I just turned 29.
29. Start at a nice gym that has like classes and grappling, boxing. That gives you a little bit of a flow. That way you don't have to spend as much money too. But
my answer might be
have it
different.
have an open mind, because if I could change, I'll give you a good example. Then I'm gonna give it to Light Bearer. Fuck you, Light Bearer, because I'm jealous of your fucking turn, you fucking nigga. But anyway, but shit, I'm just building rifles. Fuck you. But
Yeah, don't worry, my wife wouldn't let me really put it up in the house. So, I mean, ex-wife. So
Mhm.
that's why she's an ex.
That's why she's next.
But if I'll tell you this, when it answers a lot of the police shit, when people ask me about police involved shootings, um, my professional opinion, if you actually amped up the hand-to-hand combat, stop calling it defense tactics, just call it what it is, hand-to-hand combat. If I was made the major in charge of the academy, man and woman will be gloved up, mouthpieced up, and you would take shots to the head, shots to the body, kicks, punches, joint locks, chokeholds, learn how to get out of them, learn when not to get in them. Because if you know how to fight, you're less likely to get the gun, even though there are some situations when you're facing an unarmed person, you do need your gun. I'm not going to say that, but a lot of those situations, if they hit the cops, would have knew how to use their hands, feet, knees, elbows, joint locks, and sometimes knowing how to talk to people, it would have avoided a lot of situations.
Can't
But go
do
ahead,
that
like
though.
there. No, they do it.
Huh?
A lot of it's talking. A lot of it's talking. I talk a person out of a fight a lot of times. I'll be like, hey, you don't want to do this shit. It's
You a
Saturday.
nice one.
You want to
Talking
go
about
to
them
the
white
club.
motherfuckers.
I'm not nice. I'm just effective. Like, hey, like people ask me, what you gonna do with that swinging nightstick? Well,
Hit
depends.
you
If you attack me, I'm gonna take you the front of your knee and put it to the back of your leg. You have a good day, officer. Yeah, you too. Tell your mama hi. Bless
Yeah, I
her.
wish it
See
could
you,
be like
George.
that, Charles. And usually it's just a white man yelling at me in my face, like the
all right.
last time.
It happens. But
Well,
go ahead,
because you're not in
Light Bearer.
Baltimore.
All right.
It's Baltimore,
So
nigga.
It's Baltimore, gentlemen.
to me,
BD.
there's reasons for certain styles. If you really look at a lot of certain things that you do, um, uh, people don't understand how to use their bodies, and if you go to a certain style, it also helps you with those particular things. So if you're a tall person, automatically kickboxing gives you the ability to be able to use your length, use your weapon,
Yep.
use your weapons off
Your
rip.
legs
Use
and
your
thighs.
legs and your elbows as weapons as well as your hands. Because if you go straight boxing, you're just going to be trying to punch. But
And your
so you got that.
Kind of hard. Kind of
Krav
hard to
teaches
bother
you.
weave a knee.
Yeah, and then Krav teaches you to be more close combat type of styles where you get in, you break something, you go for major points, and then you get out, or you no, actually, it's not even get out. You take him out, and then you go do what you got to do. So if you're thinking about like a style where you want to break and move, Krav Maga. Shotokan is about power, like but with a little bit more of a smoothness to it. So like it's all about well, now I shouldn't say style. It's all
You
about
gonna you
the
gonna you gonna shit on my family style of Sean Rude?
wait,
Okay, go
wait,
ahead.
you
Try
a
to
wait.
shit.
wrestling motherfucker.
Then you got Cali, right? So Cali is like, Cali stick fight, and you could pretty much, if you could find something on the ground and you could swing that around and stuff like that, boom, Cali would be like a nice little style for you because you could turn anything into a weapon at that point.
Can I jump in here, gentlemen?
Kickboxing,
Hold on.
kickboxing. I already said that. I think 52 blocks, Muay Thai.
Muay Thai, yeah.
If
Muay
you know
Thai.
about
A lot of
52
people,
blocks,
a lot of people don't know about 52 blocks.
Harden
You
your
know, I know
shins.
about
Oh,
see,
oh,
I'm a
52
New
blocks
Yorker.
is developed. See, 52 blocks. See, for a lot of people who
yeah.
don't know about
Go,
52 blocks, 52 blocks was developed in prison.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Go ahead,
He's a
Tobias.
prison
You want
fighting
to jump
style.
in?
Yeah, yeah. So like when it comes to Muay Thai, right? That's something that's very dear to my heart. I've done it a long time, close to 20 years, and not in the United States. I lived in Thailand for a while. I trained there. I fought there. So
Your shins ain't your
kickboxing, like
shin.
yeah.
You have no nerve endings in your shins, do you?
All right,
You
Tumbo.
know, he was a
Yeah,
movie
Well,
star
yeah,
yeah.
for a
that's
Go
the
long
ahead,
time,
point.
man.
go
Yeah,
ahead and lie, nigga. Go
That's the
ahead and
point of
lie.
Muay Thai, nigga.
But
Yeah,
let him
nah,
finish. Let
like
him finish.
No, finish.
kill
no,
him.
no, lie, no. That ain't no cabin here. I don't have to do that, right? But when it
Hmm.
comes to Muay Thai versus kickboxing, they are different sports, and you know
Yes, they
the
are.
height factor, right? You can say okay, yeah, the height factor, but 9 times out of 10, you're not about to just be rocking some shorts, throwing right, high kicks to somebody down, right? That's not
Mm-mm,
what it is. So I tell
mm-mm.
folks like, oh well, if I'm looking for a great martial art to start with, I'm like, look, start with boxing. Your hands are the closest things, right? You can move them a hell of a lot faster. They're far more mobile, right, than your legs are, right?
He said
Yeah,
Jeet
They
Kune Do.
really, really are.
and it takes
Say
more
again?
coordination with your
He
legs.
said
It's
Jeet
harder to
Kune
do your
Do.
legs.
Yeah,
Oh,
G
wow.
who
It's
do.
No,
So
but actually, but
one time, one time.
generating power all comes from your legs and your hips,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Yes.
All of that comes from all of your power is going to come from your legs. It's going to come from
yeah.
your
Hmm.
hips. So you can your hands are actually closer to where your opponent's body anyway. So if I'm throwing round kicks to somebody's body, I need to be wearing some loose clothes. What if I'm in a suit?
Mm.
I'm not going to be able to throw no round kicks, right? If I'm
Shit,
wearing a
I
suit
would.
jacket, right, I can't really throw elbows like that. But I can throw these
Hmm.
hands on these dogs on you real
Hmm.
fast and in a hurry, right?
Why
Hmm.
can't you throw an
Like
elbow
it's
in a suit though?
Because
the restriction,
the
It pulls
restriction of
down.
the
your
suit
range of
coat.
motion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
your range of motion isn't there.
so
Hmm.
like once he gets to like about 45 or like let's say he goes to 60 degrees, all of
Hmm.
a sudden your suit is pulling
Yeah.
on the rest of your arm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So unless it's unbuttoned, it's going to
Hmm.
be a situation where it's going to be just
Well,
pulling.
even
What is
then,
the
right around
unbutton?
even then, right around where the elbow is, it's going to start catching.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Why the
Exactly.
fuck
You
would you
don't have the
fight with
full
your
range
suit
of
jacket
motion.
on? Why would you
Because
fight
some
with your suit
motherfuckers gonna
Because
get
jacket?
their ass
somebody,
whooping you in a
it's
suit.
in other words, somebody challenge you in a suit. What you gonna do? Hold on while I take my
Nigga,
suit coat off?
no, I'm gonna throw my suit jacket in their face and whoop their
No, you
motherfucking
got to
ass.
take it off first, Negro.
But if it's a
Shit, it
summer
Exactly.
don't take
suit,
me about a second, nigga.
if it's a summer suit
Shit.
or something more like
Yeah,
a
by that time he could get like 3 roundhouses to your head.
Actually,
He going
they
to
are
take
making a
20
lot
miles
more.
an hour BBS. He
They
gonna
Yeah.
are
be
making.
careful.
Okay. All right.
see, but
All
it's the
right.
style that he's used to
All right,
too. Like
gangster.
what
Hmm.
he's talking about is like because he was a kickboxer. I mean, not kickboxer. Sorry, he's I'm sorry. He's a
My
Muay Thai
boy.
boxer. So like
Hmm.
because he does Muay Thai, they need they need generation of like a speed or like
Circular.
coming from like the sides and stuff like that.
It's like a
Where
Yeah.
circular motion.
Yeah.
everything that
Yeah.
Ch-
Yeah.
like everything that that when I do what I do is more of a straight to if I'm gonna go after you, I'm going after certain reasons. So, for
Hmm.
instance, if I'm gonna throw a punch, I'm trying to throw a punch where your eyes can't understand it. So, um, an overhand right is going to be a straight punch straight to your face or something like that. So, those are like techniques specifically for trying to stun a person and not actually just like take them out. So, it's
Hmm.
different reasons for different things and different.
Yeah, it's
Overhands are
like
tricky.
this. It's like this. For example, when people talk about, when they do that jujitsu, that Brazilian jujitsu, you gotta
Hmm.
train both in your gi and with your street clothes because without your gi, about 60% of your techniques to 70% of your techniques go.
Mhm.
Yep.
So it's best because summertime, how many people wearing coats?
Hmm.
So your techniques are different. So even when being a cop, like people like, why do you say wrestling? Because after people throw 2 punches, what the fuck you think they're gonna do?
Gonna do? Yeah.
Yep.
So it's funny because you have suspects who like, yeah, I got you, and they're like, why are you smiling? You'll find out.
Cause
Oh,
this is my area of expertise, you dumbass nigga. You just walked
Like,
into it. That's
like
why.
yeah,
I
you
mean,
ain't doing no
even
collar
with
choke. You ain't doing
even
no
with
collar
even
choke. Go ahead.
even with boxing people, like people think I was like at the job, thought I was slow. So one dude was jabbing me, so I flicked like 3 jabs in his face. He was like, "Nah, fuck that shit." So it's
What?
like,
Bro, I tell niggas like this. Look, I'll stand right in front of you, man. If your arm beats mine, you got it.
Mhm.
Judo and
If your
you
arm
jujitsu
beats
is
mine
you,
to your
you think
face,
that till you get a crushing body blow.
judo and jujitsu is
nigga,
not good
please.
for self defense because it doesn't
Mhm.
teach you how to stay away. It teaches you how to throw,
Gotta
how
come
to
in.
hip toss. It teaches you how to like do submission stuff like that. But then
Mhm.
look at that. Who are you going like if the guy's bigger than you and you're not really keen on how to like fight a bigger person, you're setting yourself
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Like,
You're giving.
don't get me wrong. Like here go. How I think about self defense is this: if it doesn't include a gun, a knife, or a stick along
Mhm.
with it, you ain't
Mhm.
really protecting yourself.
Yeah, and I tell people, I said, look, at the end of the day, if I have to pull guard, I'm ripping, tearing, biting, or stabbing something out of you because you're probably grabbing my weapon. I'm gonna hold your wrist because you ain't moving it, and I'm grabbing my knife from an undisclosed location, and I'm gonna poke a love song in your ass. Or if you're not grabbing my gun, I'm gonna try to kick you off of me or roll you off of me. Or if I can't get up, I'm breaking something on you. Like last time, I tell people like I have a no tolerance policy. You can call me all the bitches, motherfuckers, whores, all this. As soon as you put your hands on me, you're going to the hospital.
Mhm.
How much, Charles?
Huh?
How much you weigh?
280, 270. I remember roughly. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. It'd be fun to fight somebody like you.
Wait, here go
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
Here go
I
look.
like
Hold
No,
your
on.
it
idea of
wouldn't,
fun.
cuz
For
Here
five
you
go
break
look.
both your arms
So
and your legs,
BJ
my nigga.
One time.
BJJ is good for multiple fighters if you do the whole mixed martial art thing. So for instance, I got I mix BJJ with early karate katas, right? And then so for instance, with karate katas, you're always facing multiple opponents. If well, some of them is for multiple opponents. So now imagine if a person can attack one person and another person all at once, and then when one is stunned, you can also roll into a BJJ move, break an arm, come back out of that, and then get back into another. That's why I said Shotokan, karate. Well, no, I
you're gonna
didn't say
shit on,
karate.
you're
No,
gonna
no
shit on,
karate.
you're gonna shit on Showa again, huh?
No, I
No,
mean that wasn't the. I
that's my
didn't
daddy style.
just here go. Tell me about it because I'd never studied that one.
That's my
But
daddy style. It's the hard style. Matter of
no,
fact, if you anybody from the Baltimore area who's BGS's age,
Mhm.
and you heard of Raleigh Hawkins, you know what I'm talking about. Raleigh Hawkins was so respected. Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris came to visit him.
he said you can. No, not submit multiple people at once. You can
Submit
attack
multiple
multiple
people.
people at
Yeah,
once.
you can submit him. Oh, he's a enhanced utility. Said, what about Sambo? I told you about
No,
Sambo.
Sambo is good,
Sambo's
but
good. I mean, shit. I mean, that's what they teach the Russians. Sambo's good. I mean, to me, it's mixed martial arts just in Russian.
I mean,
Mhm.
And
is it because the Spitsnots like usually used to
but,
train with the whole like Krav Maga that you so passionate about
yeah,
it? Because I get
I'm,
it.
I
I
like
mean, it is
Krav.
good.
This is the basics. What I'm gonna tell people if they're listening: take what's useful, discard what's not. AKA
Exactly.
Bruce
Mhm.
Lee. Just the certain techniques are not gonna fly with me. That truth could get away with flawlessly. There's certain techniques I could get away flawlessly that truth would never even get. And
I
True.
take
mean,
what's useful.
look
Do
at
you
the
know
Just by
the
body
scavengers.
size. Just by
Look
body
at
size and different weights and different lengths of arms, legs,
Am
all
I
that
gonna
shit
try to
matters.
roundhouse kick a guy who's 6'5"? No. I'm gonna if I'm gonna kick him, I'm gonna kick him right in his fucking knee.
Am
Fuck
I gonna
that.
try to wrestle? Am I gonna try to wrestle a 5'11", 300 pound monster and survive? No,
I hope so. But
no. You
like
hope so. I don't. You're gonna stay at a
like
distance, as far as I'm
like
concerned.
he like a guy like Kevin Samuel says, if I don't see a front kick, you just not respecting me. Like like goddamn.
stay away.
You gonna
Mhm.
trust me,
They
Charles?
give you that
I put a
they give
nigga
you
like
Yeah,
that
Charles in that.
baby,
they give
baby,
you that
mama
Wait,
teat
number five.
when you give me that teat, like shit. I used to
Nigga
date
like
chicks who did boxing and fucking kickboxing. And it's nothing like you standing there. She gives you a roundhouse kick to the fucking thigh. You're not looking at you like, oh my god, my shit's dying the fuck up. I'm gonna fuck you up,
Yeah.
girl.
Look,
Hate
here
the
I go.
big old eyes and shit. Hate
So
them.
I was
Like the leg
training
kick.
for combatives, right? And okay, so this is what you gotta understand, Pooh. So in the beginning, the way you get trained is you can't throw a punch. The only thing you could do is get a hold on this person in a certain type of way with your hands a certain type of way, while they can do everything they want to you, punch you, like kick you, everything, elbows, everything, right? And then
I
on
can
top of it,
can I tackle him and like
the
get
whole
into the
point.
hole?
Yeah, well, the whole point is that, well, that's the thing. You got to, it's different levels of it, but the whole thing is you have to get them in that hole in order for them to stop. So we had people getting their ass whooped upstairs because they would not, because they gave up. So the whole time we just sitting there watching this man get beat the hell down, just
Nigga,
punched in
come
the
on,
face.
man. Fuck you, nigga.
I'll tell you a
Calm
little
down.
Look,
funny. I'll tell you a little funny story. There was a, you know how they have conventions for different jobs. We have like the
Mm-hmm.
tactical officers convention. This time it was held in Anne Arundel County, and it was one of, remember the guy who was on season one of Call of Duty. He was one of my first instructors. He had us gassed the fuck out. Imagine having to shoot upside down and hitting a target. That's some amazing shit. Shooting while you're sprawling down, like if you fell back and you like fire.
Was he giving you some
Like he
specialty training and shit?
yeah,
Emergency training? What the hell?
pretty much. Like you had 3-man teams, you had to rescue a 200-pound dummy. You do that
Scenario
about
training.
10 times, you're dead. Like I don't care who you are, you're dead. Drenched in sweat, everything just fucking dead.
Yeah,
Then it
200
was
pounds.
another guy. Then it was another guy from Masada, and he was teaching us like undercover work. Like if you're undercover in a car and you're
wait, say,
between two people,
say that name again.
Masada.
Okay, that's how you say it. Okay.
I was thinking about getting into an
You know it's the hill where the Jews made their last
Massage.
stand. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Masada.
Masada. Yeah.
yeah. Some people say Mossad, some people say Masada. Okay.
It was, I was always taught, the guy was Hebrew. He told me Masada, so I'm going with the Hebrew guy. So it's like like hey, it's your language, shit, fuck it. But it was but they have a
Borrowed.
training camp there, and he was like, hey,
hmm
well you're an undercover, and they find out you're a cop, and you're in a car, and you're sitting in between two people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't stop beating you up till you get your ass out that car,
Yeah.
nigga.
and they can
For
hit
sure.
you, and they could hit you full blast,
Mm-hmm.
and you could hit them full blast. Man, I was palm striking,
Oh
punching,
God, hold on.
elbowing.
What you mean?
Like they got me a couple of times too, but I got out that goddamn car.
Man, I'd have tackled a motherfucker. Charles, you should
There
have
you go.
tackled somebody.
You know they put their biggest, because I had that whole situation happen too.
Oh yeah.
I
Then
had this.
then they show you the trunk shit, how you can get out of being in a trunk,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and what to do, like all kinds of slick shit. Like
I
Take
had
the
this.
window out.
I
and
had
shit.
I had another
Take the fucking-
situation in that same thing where,
Good
like, all
job.
right, it was a rotation
on,
that you have
Pookie.
to go through, right? That
Wasn't
you go from instructor to instructor, because, like, the different people do different styles and so on and so forth. So I heard them whisper over there, "Oh, he know a little something." So I was like, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, all right, let me just stop, because this dude kept trying to, the first part of it, he kept trying to punch me, but he couldn't even touch me at all. So they was like, oh, okay, yeah, he know a little something. So yeah, they had this one small, like, I swear he was like 5'4", and I was like, oh, that's my last one. Oh yeah, I'm good. So I smiled a little bit, and I messed up, because right when I smiled, they had to get the big look. It was like he was my size, but even his forehead had muscles at that time. So
they got the old slavery nigga.
exactly. And
That
then, like,
big nigga.
he came his old butt up in there, and, like, at first I was like, oh, okay.
Smile.
Like, I had him. I was like, yeah, I got you. He's like, oh yeah, you strong, but I'm strong too. And my arm just felt like it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do.
that nigga, stupid. That nigga, yeah, he had that slavery trade. He was like, oh shit,
So
this nigga got that fast twitch. I thought I had
Like-
that fast twitch.
So I moved a little bit out of the way, got a little bit here, there, grabbed him, tried to hurry up and slam him, but his arm, like, again, he pulled himself out of it, and
Yeah, that
then I
nigga
tried
arm
to
was
duck
strong.
back, and he
Mm.
slightly tapped my chin, and my
Mhm.
legs kind of went straight, and I
Damn, nigga.
my
Yeah,
arms my
yeah.
arms
Your
were
arms
still
drop.
moving, but my
Okay.
legs wouldn't do what I wanted it to do until he
He
jumped on
Deontay
top of
do.
me.
Mm.
And like you just said earlier, where the whole like he got on
Strong.
me, he tried to do
Mm.
something, and I just
Mm.
lifted him off me, and,
Mm.
and he was like, yeah,
That nigga was
yeah, and
strong.
I finally
Mm.
Yeah,
my legs came
yeah.
back, and I threw him off me,
Mm.
but I didn't like the whole feeling of my legs disappearing on me like that.
What was that? What was that?
Yeah, the
What
nerve,
was
yeah, the nerve ending stopped. Okay,
like?
That shit
transit to the
failed,
brain.
man.
Who was that
The,
old? Who was that old Richard Pryor joke? He was like, my legs falling out. Like, nigga, you
mm.
knocked out. We ain't knocked out. Stop making us look bad. You making us
Fuck
look
it,
bad.
fuck it.
That's like,
Fuck it.
like, like BGS. That's like
It's-
when I was,
yeah,
I was from the,
go ahead,
I was from
Pookie,
the.
and then Judge Drake. Go ahead, Pookie.
That was
Pookie.
like when I was from
That's
the, I
my
was from
name.
the motherfucker.
Well,
Two
you're
of a
Judge
pie.
Pookie.
You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? Two peas in a pie, nigga. But but you know my cousin, man. It's like when I was I asked my cousin because you know he plays in the CBA like 280, and he be down there boxing. He be down there boxing with the Mayweather crew and shit because you know he be down there in Vegas. But
Mhm.
but yeah, I was when I was trying to I was like, cuzzo, let me box you, man, because he got all the gear and shit. He was like, hey man, you want some headgear? I was like, nah. But then he put the gloves on, and I was like, I was looking at the headgear. I was like, let me get that shit. I looked at that nigga arm, and because this is when I was coming down. This is when I was like probably like 190, and I was
Mm.
still feeling like I was 250. I was still because I used to really like push niggas around. I was really that nigga. Like I used to be. I'm used to being the big man. I ain't gonna lie. So I just be like I just feel like in the moment, like I was feeling like I could use the speed, but now I was thinking about it, I'm like, if this nigga hits me, man,
Mm-hmm.
like it's really gonna be bad. Like I'm gonna need some kind of some shit. Like I'm gonna need to.
He wasn't gonna hit you full force, man.
It don't matter though, BGS. The nigga's 280. Even if the nigga like
Yeah, if
kind
he
of
hits you full force, you're going to the hospital. Okay.
Mhm.
shit, if that, I might be going to Jesus, BGS.
That
Man,
nigga,
look,
that
look,
nigga
That
brain
every
nigga,
cell,
he broke a
that
nigga
nigga,
jaw with one punch,
that
nigga.
that nigga
Yeah, it
brain
happened. Well,
cells
you
gonna
know
be
that's normally what happens. Okay.
he's fighting
that
somebody.
nigga brain cells gonna be like did 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 did.
Nigga ain't gonna be at
look,
BGS. I ain't gonna be nigga 30,000 no more.
Yeah, you won't. You won't.
look, here
Go
go.
ahead,
Every
Judge.
one of those is
No,
a challenge,
you
bro.
can't get hit by a person like that. Like I sit there and joke around, but you know, man,
Mm.
I've been in a lot of fights. I could probably take a hit, but I know for sure, like I would love to fight somebody that big just to see could I actually get them down.
You
Choke
just
that
Yeah.
like
nigga
me.
out.
You
I
know,
want to
I ain't
Mm.
gonna
fight
Choke that
lie.
Brock
nigga out.
Lesnar.
You in boxing, oh, you ain't probably never get nobody down. Street
I'll hop
fight,
on
you
his
could
back.
because you can kick him in the knee. Cause first,
At
I ain't
one,
gonna lie, I'm fighting somebody like Charles Faulkner. I'm gonna make you think I'm going first blow, going to knock your knee away, and I'm
You
gonna
see, well, the thing is, you making a mistake like you're the first person to actually try that.
right.
I'm
Well,
gonna
I'm
kick
pretty
that
sure I'm
nigga.
not the first person, but I mean, look, I've beaten people bigger than me before, but
Mm.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll let you know. The only way you gonna most of the time you gonna beat a person like that, you gotta one. If you hit that knee and they knee don't fall, first thing you gotta
Uh-huh.
do is make them motherfuckers chase your
Like,
ass.
Charles says,
wait, you
what was
said knee. Woo.
Yeah,
what is the best reversal, right?
That nigga
Not to
right.
be
get into it
Don't
in the
get into
first
one,
place.
right? But I tell
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
right, you got to make
Look,
the motherfuckers chase your ass. The only thing
Judge,
you
I
do,
yeah.
got a good technique
if you
for
was
a
to
big
go
nigga.
against a
I'm
person
done.
like me and you go down like that,
oh, you
I'm
go down, you're in
sorry.
trouble. Well, I
You
ain't gonna
made
lie.
me smile at that very moment.
Well, I'm just
Cause
letting you know. Right. I'm just letting you know. I know. I'm one of those ones, and I know already because I told you what's my sons will tell you what's the rule. When they go down, you just keep beating them. Because
no, no,
I
no, no,
don't
no.
see
Okay.
like
No,
I
because
don't
you
see
going after one of my main daggone weapons. I
Of the
love kneeing the fuck
knee.
out of people.
I'm gonna be like,
Yes.
yo, I remember. I'll tell you, like,
you go down, you better. You
couple of guys on the street felt that shit. They thought my black ass was forgot. Like shit, that
Look,
motherfucker went down. He didn't think I was gonna jump up.
oh,
You know,
that's what I told him. If you ever get them
all
down,
you,
you better not never. I told y'all to see. That's how I learned. I learned like at a young age that I watched a dude get him down.
Hmm.
And the nigga got up like he was talking shit, walking around the room, slapping hands, talking about he'd have knocked this nigga, knocked his, and got back off the ground,
Hmm.
got up, beat the shit out of dude. I mean, like literally, it took like two dudes. By the time they had, this is how the nigga was out cold so bad that they had already taken him away. And like 3-4 minutes later, he was still laying there. That's why I told him,
Jesus
even my
Christ.
son, my son will tell you, Well, what's the rule? Dad said when they go down, you keep beating them. I said, you're right, because I saw a nigga who was showboating. I saw that back in like seventh grade.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's when I learned, because people get on me. Oh, no, you just got anger management issues. No, nigga, you make sure that motherfucker don't get up again.
Here you go.
I'm gonna
Well,
tell you.
that's a good way to get 5 to 10 too. But
Well,
yeah,
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
I ain't
5 to
gonna lie.
10.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When a nigga came to my house, what do you think I got the felonious assault for? I got the
yeah,
seven cracks in the
yeah,
skull.
yeah.
Have you
What
ever
have we learned? What have
have
we
you ever
learned?
have you ever been in a situation, right? All right, here
I
you
mean,
go.
but think about it. I was at a
I,
street fight at my house. No
Well,
offense,
that's
to the
true.
nigga coming in your
Well,
house.
in your house
mhm.
is different. But the thing is,
That's
yeah,
different.
It actually ain't. It actually in Ohio, self defense was because
That's why that fucking
I drug.
state sucks.
Right. In Ohio, just to let you know, I know how to get away with self defense in Ohio. You're not gonna get that charge because if you had any time to stop during that bullshit, you ain't
mm-hmm,
getting a self defense charge.
mm-hmm,
Like literally, the nigga came at me multiple times. Like even after I knocked him out, I drug him outside, threw him down. He got back up the ground and came at me again. And
mm-hmm,
that's when I slammed him again on his head during when we locked up again that time. And like literally, I didn't get the charge till a month or two later. I mean, like
mm-hmm,
literally, the cops came that day. They came, swooped him up, put him in a car, every damn thing. Trust me,
mm-hmm,
nigga, when they want to get your ass, they will. Especially, I was young and dumb, didn't know about nothing about the law like I do now.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, like literally, went to trial and everything. And I backed out at the last fucking second. They'd already started knocking people off the jury, and they'll do that. I mean, let you know you need to know the rules of your state. Like they told me, if I should have just killed him. They even told me
Mm,
that, oh, you should have been killed him, you'd have been fine. And which is
mm.
stupid as all get out.
No,
But
no, yeah,
Which is no, not reasonable
not really.
because if you
yeah,
put
but
a
it's true.
person, if a person puts you in a deadly force situation,
Mm-hmm,
like that's why I was trying to hold my composure when Hood Assertive and Supreme King Coon was saying their stupid shit. What would
mm-hmm,
you do if somebody grabbed your gun? Fuck them up.
Right.
mm-hmm.
They dead at that point.
That's a deadly. Yeah, that's a life or death situation.
Well, I
Couldn't
thought,
you
think
just
about it.
break
No
your
motherfucker
own
was
license?
high on shit and already, them the strength like Charles will tell you, them motherfuckers they strongest the motherfucking world.
I've been looking
I
for
mean,
a
like I
Krav
ain't even
Maga
gonna lie.
gym
If a
out here in
motherfucker would
LA.
have dropped me on my head like I did that dude,
Mm-hmm,
I'm surprised. Like he didn't go limp not once time.
got a
He
hard
go
head.
like literally, and they were talking about you got 6 fractures in his skull, and this
Mm-hmm,
motherfucker moving like it ain't nothing.
mm-hmm,
That's why I said, like, I already know when Charles will tell you when them motherfuckers got strength. And remember, I had a cop told me he put 4 bullets in a dude, and the nigga still beat his ass. Now think about it, nigga
That's
shot
called
What
you
That
was he
nigga's
20
on?
times.
trash. Hold on.
What was he
Nah, he
on?
can't fight,
And he
bro. He
Yeah.
can't
that's
fight.
that's why
What
they
was he
call
on? He's on something.
that,
yo,
that's why they
he
call
was on
people
something. He
like
said he
that a
was on
special
drugs.
name.
Yeah, he's on drugs. Yeah.
It's called niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But, well, I mean, he said that's what I
Yeah.
said. When the cop told me that, he's like, "Oh hell no!" He's a gun.
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
"What's so
Yeah.
bad is you should have got when you went to court. They never mentioned about the drug use."
The
He
reason
said
why
you should
nobody
have when
talks
they went to
about
court. Your
Krav,
lawyer should have jumped on the fact
Yeah.
about the drug
Yeah.
use.
If
His credibility
anybody
was
wants to get in,
shot
better
right
get
there.
in now because we're only going to go what 15 more minutes.
All right.
the only reason why
Come on.
people don't talk about Krav is because they nobody really knows about Krav unless you're in certain situations like
Mm-hmm.
you're in let's say I want to say military or like in like law
Law enforcement.
enforcement or something like that
Mm-hmm.
because it's tailored to those situations. To
Yeah,
be honest with
Mm-hmm.
you,
And let me.
because
Okay.
it's. Go ahead.
But I was just going to say. I was just going to say one thing. Towards that, with the specific tactics that they had, like it's kind of weird how every level of police enforcement, I suppose, and then all the way up to military enforcement, there is higher levels of tactics, and that's really
What are
what
you trying to
determines
say?
the. I was just
You
gonna
know,
say that.
it's specific. It's specific to to what they're facing. After a
In
while, you
other
know exactly
words,
what situations you're going to get in.
what you're trying to say is the force continuum,
Mm-hmm.
say it in another
meaning.
way because I don't think people even
Uh,
really understand force continuum.
I gotta dumb it down.
Yeah, level
Yeah.
of threats or
Your
what's
level
the
of
other
where you
one?
could beat a nigga's ass and get your ass beat by. Um, the first part of the force continuum or the levels of force is mere presence. most people, believe it or not, will not commit a crime if a fucking uniformed police officer is standing there, right?
True.
We can all
Uh-huh.
agree.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, the next level of force is your command voice. Stop right there. You
Mm-hmm.
are under arrest. Now,
Mm,
we're getting into the hands on thing. If a person just says, you know what, officer, I seen the error of my ways, and he kneels down and puts his hands behind his back, great job for both you and the suspect. Now, you have something called passive aggressive. When they drop their weight and they don't want to get arrested, or when they're putting putting their hands on their chest and trying to fight you. They're not combative, but they're passively aggressive. Now you have active aggressive when the guy says, you know what, I ain't going to jail, knuckle up time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at that point, you can use, well, let's back up for something to passive aggressive. I can use different joint locks. I can use different pressure points or whatever to need to conduct the arrest. Or I can use multiple cops and we can just forcefully take your arms behind. Now, the active aggressive is the guy's taking a fighting stance and he's like, no, I ain't going back. At that moment, you can use your taser. You can use your nights your S tune, which I carry.
damn, he breaking up.
You
And
Borgin.
by the way,
You bargain a little bit, Charles.
what about now? What about
Okay,
That's
now?
yeah.
better.
Sound good.
That's
And
better. Yeah.
I use my S tune. I don't carry the Monagnot, which is the expandable. I carried the S tune. And just to
Bone
let you know,
cracker.
my S
Bone
tune was
shatter.
actually made of coke. My S tune was made out of Coca-Cola. So
Nigga.
you can use the pepper spray. The taser and pepper spray are in the same level or the same level, less lethal. Your fist,
Uh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
your fist, can do some damage. Your kicks, your knees, your joint locks can do damage. Your baton is going to be heavier. It's on the same level as a beanbag shotgun. It has more potential to do damage, still less lethal, but it has a higher potential than a taser and or pepper spray. Now, we're having somebody from that point become, what is it called? Aggravated aggressive. So at that moment, that person either has an elevated fighting style. For those of you who don't know what an elevated fighting style was, you might not have heard of this conversation the past 45 minutes. That's like if you got a guy and his name is John Jones and he just beat his baby mama. I'm not making this up, it actually happened. Yeah, you're gonna probably want to pull your gun on him because there's no way in hell you're probably gonna be able to take him hand to hand. No way in hell. Even if he's unarmed. Or multiple suspects. Can multiple people kick your ass or kill you? Yes. If he has a knife or bat, 2x4, something that could do some damage. Piece of glass, a gun, yeah. If he grabs your weapon, it automatically shoots to deadly force. So, there are some situations I can just use mere presence. There are some situations we going straight to deadly force. What were you going to say, Lightbearer?
Oh, there's a situation that somebody had in the chat. Any of those movies is not going to be one of the styles that we were talking about, or no, actually no. It would be a little bit of Krav. It would be the Cali stick fighting and knife fighting styles, and a little bit of I forgot the other name of it because they're showboaty. They
Yeah.
they look exciting when you
It's
actually
gonna
do
look.
them.
It's gonna be more of a wushu type shit, like something that looks pretty taekwondo. Like if you look at Mbak or some shit like that, like with a guy, doing kickboxing like Muay Thai style,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna look brutal because it's meant to be. It's meant to be effective. Like I'm gonna use whatever I can use to knock this motherfucker out. No
But
difference
usually
than
it's the white, like the ones that white people do like, in the movies, because they can't
yeah,
really do
like
those styles.
yeah,
They
they
don't.
do like taekwondo or
It's,
some
it's
type of
usually
kung fu.
it's
So
usually like
potentially,
when it comes down to it, because like they always do that tight. They do the tight shots, and
Hmm.
it's usually like, and I hate when they do it sometimes because I'm like, yo, how many times did you just get stabbed, but y'all still sitting there? But anyway, so they, like I said, they do the Cali knife fighting, Cali stick fighting, and a little bit of Krav Maga because of high impact punches and stuff. But then they also look pretty. When they want it to look pretty, they will include the taekwondo type kicks because they're more like whipping and
Flashy.
wide, and then a little bit of Shotokan. But then when you get to that level, you see people like what's his name? Oh, that boy, Michael Jai White. Well,
Yeah.
Hmm.
you'll see that type of style coming from him, or who else is out there that does a nice style? Oh, Boyka. Who's
Oh, you're talking about Ray. What's his name? Ray something?
I can't remember his name.
Because wasn't he like Snake Eyes and shit?
I think is he the Snake Eyes? Because I thought he was playing like a new character after he did his little series of movies of Never Let
Yeah.
Down or whatever, Never Break Down, whatever the name of that movie was. But for Taekwondo though, it's mostly like you want the kicks from there. The punches, they leave you open and you'll just be kicked in your
It's
daggone
you're talking
liver or
about
something like that.
it's either
Mm.
gonna be Ray Park or because Ray Park was Darth Maul and what's the other guy named the one who was in fuck I can't I was just looking at him too um
Oh, there you go.
Describe him.
Scott Atkins.
Scott Atkins, yeah.
but
I love Scott
do y'all?
Atkins.
Oh yeah, you talking about the white? Yeah, that nigga was.
That
I
boy was
remember him
bad.
from when he had that movie with Michael Jai White. I ain't gonna lie, that nigga was cold,
Scott
but
Atkins, I like him in in Ip
he's
Man
flexible.
4 when he was that mean ass fucking
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
training
he was.
sergeant,
But he got his
racist
fucking
bastard.
arm. You seen his arm too? How that motherfucker broke his arm, and he was tripping on. He beat the fuck out of Iron Man. I ain't gonna lie, that was sad. He had that brother down bad, bro. He beat that nigga ass worse than the Japanese nigga did. Damn near.
You know what's funny? Y'all brought up this movie, right? I forgot
Mm-hmm.
which one it is with Michael Jai White and Boyka and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
it
Yeah,
made
it's
me think
fucking
of a
yeah.
movie from way
Undisputed. I think
back
it's
that
undisputed
BGS would probably remember.
or
Remember
prison
Too
something.
Sweet?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Too sweet,
I remember that. I remember Too
too
Sweet.
sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to be scared of midgets because of that movie.
But
Oh man.
hey, what y'all think about the fresh and fit thing? BGS, look, man. What y'all, everybody? What do y'all think about that shit?
Eventually, okay, you got to remember that YouTube and Google are actually very political, and basically, Fresh and Fit really walks those lines pretty close to the line, right? And at
Hmm.
some point, if the wrong auditor gets a hold of you, yeah, they can go full ballistic on you
Because them
because
niggas going nuts.
people have their channels taken for less than what they do.
Yeah,
So
they trying to get rid of Abner and Priest. They trying to get rid of the lead attorney. They going nuts, man.
I
BGS,
don't know
I knew
what.
they was gonna try that
Why would
nigga
they try to
shit,
get rid
man.
of the lead attorney? He hasn't done anything.
It don't matter.
He's pretty clean.
That's their
Oh yeah,
He's
but he
pretty
paralegal.
got
clean. What
he
the
Their
did a
hell
show
did they?
paralegal
today.
What,
just
One
what
time, one
explain.
time.
what
Hold
the
on,
hell
their
did
paralegal.
Fresher Fit do this time?
Bro,
Okay,
it's okay.
so
This is what
Well,
happened, man.
beside the chick pulling a gun out on the dude on
Well,
camera.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so the lead
Besides that,
attorney.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
it's there. I would just say this. Let's talk about the fresh and fit thing. Then you can talk about the military. I was just gonna say this. The whole thing is this. They got a paralegal that's going around claiming people's fucking channels, getting people's videos, trying to get people's
Okay,
whole channels taken down, trying to get
okay.
Abner and Preacher shit taken down, trying to get the lead attorney shit
Well,
taken down.
that's common. That's been happening for years, man. That's
That's
They might
common.
called
be trying to
five.
get down to
That's
the
called
dirt.
that's called
That's
5 years
common.
ago.
That's common. They do that. They've been doing that for the last since YouTube's been around.
He's doing
Okay,
over
that's common.
200 channels.
It
Over
doesn't matter.
200.
Listen to Pookie. Listen to me. How long you been here on
I
YouTube?
mean, fair
How
enough.
long you been here? So I'm
I
talking
mean,
about. This is common.
So
It's
That's,
not
they're
new.
not they're not gonna yank their channel because of it. They have a right to they have a right to actually say that somebody's stealing their stuff. YouTube has to you know
that's
say yes or no. They can't do anything unless YouTube agrees with it. But the thing is that the reason they're gonna get their channels taken is because they're racy. They do a whole bunch of stuff and they walk really close to the line as far as good taste and what YouTube is about. And at some point, you're gonna do something that's gonna not agree with them, and they're gonna start taking your channel. It's not the
you
first
so.
talking
time.
about
Ask Tommy Sotomayor about getting his channels taken,
Oh God,
Shit,
that's
and
what
how
he
many
got
he
he
to
ain't
got
deal
left
with.
taken.
20.
Yeah,
What he got about
yeah, at
So
20?
least.
they gonna take
so
Fresh
the
and Fit
lead
channel?
attorney did a
Okay.
show on this earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
explaining the whole thing because he had the paperwork and was seeing how uh, everybody was being everybody who was up there, and then like Abba Preach was in the chat. It was like, wait, hold on, you told me to be up here like at 3:15, but I'm highly entertained and I've been sitting here waiting for an hour and a half, and you
Mm-hmm.
telling me stuff I didn't know. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a whole bunch of like you said, the there's lead attorney said whatever lawyer that they might have hired
Mm-hmm.
has a paralegal that's pretty much going rogue, and I know exactly
Mm-hmm.
what he's talking about because my mother was a
Mm-hmm.
paralegal, and
Mm-hmm.
she thought she knew the law like she was a lawyer. All of a sudden,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I know exactly what
I
he's
have
probably
an
talking about.
ex-girlfriend. I have
Mm-hmm.
an ex-girlfriend who tries
so
to do the same sometimes. I know the
so
law.
now
No, you don't.
per our review, we understand that we are on in the right because we. I was like, "Ma, what? Wait, hold on. Now you telling people? Oh no, oh no." But I'm seeing that this is pretty much what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he said in the paperwork he could also see that the person who signed for like some of the stuff that was being done
Mm-hmm.
was the paralegal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he went to some back channels and stuff and like probably asked some people some questions, and they found out that it was a black woman
Mm-hmm.
that was a
It wasn't
paralegal there, so
according
on and
to
so forth.
according to ABBA. It wasn't. It was a Vietnamese woman. But
So it
here's
was
the
a
thing.
Vietnamese woman.
That's what they didn't show the name, but he was saying it was a very Vietnamese name. So I'm guessing like Tran or Nguyen or something like that.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
But
Okay.
here's the thing I was thinking was, do you think that that woman knows the show Fresh and Fit because it's in Miami and it's a
Mm-hmm.
small town despite being pretty populated? Do you think that woman
Mhm.
set them up to get their channel taken? Because she put like crazy things like the clip started at 16 minutes and ended at 14 minutes.
Or from 1 to 56
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
type
like
of
just
deal.
like bad work in order to get them off the air.
I don't even.
No, I don't think so.
It's too much of a coincidence.
No, I
Too
mean,
much.
unless the YouTube reviewers have a hard on for you anyway.
Well, they said what they did was this. Lead attorney
Oh no,
said
no,
they
I wasn't
spoke to
talking about
him.
the YouTube.
Hold on,
Oh,
hold on,
sorry,
hold on, hold. Let
sorry,
him finish.
sorry about that.
I'm sorry. What happened? Who let who finish? I don't know
No,
who.
no, no,
You,
no.
you,
You
you.
were talking, and
And I
Oh, okay.
you was cutting in.
Yeah.
Um, lead attorney. Well, I didn't watch the Aber and Preach one yet, but lead attorney was saying that. Dang, I don't forgot the part that I wanted to get to, but it was more of yeah. Forget it. Go ahead. Now I forgot.
Sorry about
Um, dang, you said she
Go
was.
ahead. No, go
'Cause
ahead.
I watched the
No,
Abba and
hold on,
Preach.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Who's someone was trying to get in?
I think it was Jules.
yeah.
Jules, go ahead.
No, I was going back to it. I was saying that the it looked like the paralegal messed up the documentation. That's what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it
Okay.
looked like she did that on purpose to be
That's
that bad
what.
at your
Okay.
job and to do
Mhm.
that. It seems like a professional misconduct thing. That's what I was trying to
And
say.
yeah, and that's what Lead was saying. He was like, she's gone rogue, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what was it? It was a couple of other things that she did that just it made no sense that she would not go and refer back to the main attorney before she actually made those statements.
They gave her
Mhm.
power of
And
attorney.
hmm?
They gave her power of attorney. She's going nuts.
No, she has no power of attorney
She
at
has no
all.
tire. Yeah, she
How,
has.
how the
Well,
fuck is she doing on this?
no, the lawyer has power of attorney, or
Attorney.
he has control,
Mhm.
but
Oh, okay.
not the paralegal. He
Mhm.
probably
Okay.
gave it to her to handle a couple of things, look at the
Mhm.
videos or something
Mhm.
like that. and then
Yeah,
like label and put some
But
stuff
somehow
down on what needs to be
yeah.
actually
She was
handled.
never supposed to
But
file the work paperwork. Yeah.
she
yeah,
wasn't supposed to, but somehow she got access to it
Well, you have bad employees, but the thing is that, but how does that lead to them getting their channel taken?
because it's in their name.
Oh,
How
because
does it
she's
lead
fighting
to
them,
get them? No, no, huh?
and
Because she's what?
She's
she's
doing it
fighting,
in their
and they gave.
name.
I
Well,
know she is. But saying is,
let me
even
finish my statement, Poop.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
She's fighting
the
them, and they already gave them a 7-day warning or something like that, or
Okay.
like a time frame of saying the way that you have to actually stop this from stop yourself from getting your John channel deleted is by retracting these particular
Oh, okay.
statements. But she went and said per my per hour, she said hour, because she was responding back to the YouTube legal team, because he had I'm thinking he had the documents up there, because he
Hmm.
said
yeah, he
that they
did.
spoke to him.
Yeah.
But like early that morning, he got some like type of either a phone call or he got
Hmm.
some emails, and he was sitting there reading it. He was like, "What in the hell?" Like
Yeah, yeah,
when you
yeah,
get excited when you're watching a ball game because you know what's
yeah.
going on. He a
Mm,
lawyer, so that's his ball game, and he looking at this stuff like, "Oh,
yeah,
she going crazy."
yeah.
So yeah, so he was looking at it, and he was doing a blow by blow, a play by play,
Hmm.
in his pause, in his way of saying certain things.
Hmm.
He was long stroking the whole conversation, but
Yeah, but YouTube is going to get back to you if they're going to take your channel. So
yeah, and
so basically,
that's what they
it
did.
and they got to him, and then it's up to him to stop. To get into contact with whoever, and stop all that because they're talking in your name. But YouTube goes to you if they're going to take your channel, give you a strike, or give you any kind of warning. It's not going to your attorney. It's going to you first.
Hmm. And he
So
They ain't
said
got time
that
for
they
that.
were
so
saying
so they
per
did
our
they retract their stuff. Go ahead.
yeah, he was saying per our investigation, we are concerned. He was like, that's a big thing with them and stuff with the lawyers, where if they say that they're like using their legalese, I guess,
Hmm.
we are concerned with the situation and that these reports are fraudulent.
Hmm.
And she kept fighting, which she shouldn't have fought. She because like if that's a million, uh, what's her name kept saying, TLA kept saying, if this is $1 million company.
Hmm.
If I had a problem with $1 million company in my in my area, I
Hmm.
want them to come back to me and talk to me.
Hmm.
That's pretty much what he was saying. And he was like, this girl is over here going rogue.
Hmm.
She's doing whatever she wants to do. She's fighting she's fighting the legal team of YouTube. And
Hmm.
she said, per our investigation, we already sent you that. And and they came back to them because I guess they showed him the email traffic.
Okay.
And he said, they said, we're still concerned, because they went and they actually reviewed it. And because TLA was a lawyer, they gave him more of a leeway and gave him more of a, the way he was explaining it, gave him more information than they probably would have gave some
Oh yeah,
average
yeah.
person.
So the average person, yeah, yeah. But the thing is that did Fresh and Fit actually handle the problem once they knew that what was going on? Did they handle
They
the
did a
problem? Did
show
they stop?
tonight. They did a
Oh,
show tonight talking about it, but
uh
I
huh.
didn't really get a chance to really pay attention to it.
Okay. So in other words, okay, your representation can do whatever it wants, right? But YouTube is going to take your channel. They're not going to go to your representation. They're actually going to send you the email. Say, hey, this is what we're getting from your legal team. Blah, we're getting ready to close down your channel. What's going on? Okay. And then you have to get to your lawyer and whatever and say, hey, what's happening with this? Because this is what I got. So what's going on?
There's a final piece that at the end of the letter,
Hmm.
TLA pointed out that he, per some U.S. code, he's able to make file a lawsuit for that claim.
For damages.
Yeah,
Hmm.
NC 107 or something like that.
I don't know the specific code, but you think
Hmm.
about that. If they filed against 20, 50 channels, he
Hmm.
might take that case up on his own or call up one of his friends in the legal community and
I
really
mean,
make their life hell.
YouTube normally would intervene and squash it
What?
because it's bad. It's a bad look on them. No one they will actually intervene and squash it. YouTube was
Between
supposed to
the
handle all this way before it got out of hand like this.
They supposed to talk to the paralegal and
Uh,
get
uh,
this shit
uh,
straight.
unless Fresh and Fit was actually ignoring emails. That's what it sounds like. Because if this
Yeah,
is
it
going
probably
on,
was.
if this is going on, your attorney can will get whatever email back, but thing is, you'll get a copy of that email. So I don't know what they were sleeping on.
Yeah, they was bullshitting with these club chicks,
What it,
goofy ass.
no, no. They're not as lackadaisical as you think they are. This is business, man. This is money.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
not that
Yeah.
they're not that loose.
There's a
No,
lot of there's a lot of
just
money being.
they. In other words, it looks like they're drinking and having fun and banging chicks. Man, no. Behind the scenes, no, they're not doing all that.
Yeah,
This
they're
is
running a
business.
big game.
Yeah, they run a
It's,
game.
Listen,
they're getting
bean
a
counters
lot of
don't do
money,
all that.
boy.
Bean
Hmm?
counters don't do all that. When it comes down to bean counters, if they are really into their type of craft, they don't care about none of all that other stuff. They are. I swear to goodness, when you see people who are
Probably lames
just
in real life.
Hold
exactly
on, Pookie. Hold on, man. Go
when you
ahead.
see people who are just exactly what they are within their fields of expertise, it's
Hmm.
like, oh man, like a bean counter doesn't give any crap about like going to the club and doing certain.
Hmm.
I'm trying to
Hmm.
keep it kosher, but
Yeah,
yeah, they're not
Hmm.
really about all that type of stuff. They're about this job that they're doing, and they
They're
love
doing.
yeah,
Yeah,
doing
Yeah.
it.
they're
yeah.
putting
Is that
they're putting on a front.
They put it on the front. Yeah.
well, no, not even that. That show is not for the girls. It's for their
It's
patrons who
for frat
pay.
boys.
Of course,
It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
I
of
frat
mean
course.
it's for frat
It
it's frat
it's
boy
a
logic.
it's a show,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
and they
I
know
mean,
it's a show,
yeah. That viewing
okay.
audience, you can see those
So the
super
viewing
chats
audience,
rolling in like a
so
Price is
they're
Right.
not. Will they take you out for a drink and take you to lunch or whatever it is to get you, to come on in? They no, they run a tight ship. Believe it or not, behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
See, and truthfully, like when you really look at it, because they do really well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like herding cats when you trying to get like a couple of guys to be on the show with you. Like
Mm-hmm.
now, unless you have a certain flair about yourself where women like you and want to
Mm-hmm.
be in your presence and stuff, they're not going to be on time usually to do this type of stuff unless there's an incentive.
Their incentive is they have a big audience and you get to be seen because you're an
Hmm.
IG model and
Yep.
you want your name out there.
Yep.
That's your incentive for coming. We can actually help you make more money.
Or
Hmm.
not even just
That's
the
the catch.
IG model, any chick. Any chick will go
Well,
up there and get them on the show.
any chick is not going to come up there because what's her incentive to be there?
Clout.
Most of the chicks that
No.
went up there in the beginning, it was a
Mm,
certain type of guy that was actually pulling them, and that was the dude with the dreads that they was afraid that
mhm,
was going to come in the house last time,
mhm,
and he was pulling all those particular types that was coming through before. If you see
mhm,
now, the quality went down,
mhm.
but they're still pulling in a lot of girls here and there.
Yeah.
But man, like for whoever's doing that job, I salute you because yeah.
I think they showed it was a girl who's doing it now. I mean, they figured out their formula and they can
Yeah.
run it for the next 5 years if they don't mess up.
Yeah. Well, I say next 2 or 3.
It's a girl
It'll
doing it
peter out.
now. Oh, sorry about that,
You think
BJ.
you think it'll be that short?
It'll peter out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
Because
it
be
won't
that.
be a long
you can only run that trick so many times until the
They
crowd
no
goes
game.
someplace else.
New crop of 21-year-old guys though.
Yeah,
That's
they'll go. Somebody they'll YouTube is like that. You gotta innovate. Okay,
yeah.
if you
Yeah.
don't, you're gonna get left behind.
the thing is though, like even though, first off, they have too many. They got so many strikes going against them, like in such little time
Hmm.
that it's gonna peter out mostly because of that. Because they're I want to. No, I don't want to go after
Their
their image.
stick,
The
their
brand, yeah.
stick.
Yeah, what I want to say is this is just something that's like the more and more each one of those pieces of defense or like little
The
bits of
wall,
layer is
War.
like
More you learn about
the
them.
the bricks could come off. Yeah, pieces.
yeah,
Yeah.
like people keep like taking a part away from them each and every
Hmm.
time like they get into something, and
You
like
said
Hmm.
you
if you
see
get
them lose
bricks in the
more and
wall.
more people each time.
Hmm.
So it's gonna peter out only because if they keep taking hits, man,
Hmm.
yeah,
Well,
and it's,
they're gonna keep taking hits because they take chances like that. So
Yeah, and
it,
you
it
don't
comes
know
with
who
the
you bringing.
territory. Yeah,
You just
yeah,
don't know who
because
you bringing.
you bring in all these wild cards.
they need
But yeah,
like where was that
they got
bodybuilding girl they had back in the day? They need
Oh, I
her.
don't know.
I feel like you need like three Kamayas, like yeah, at least like two or three Kamayas just sitting there ready to beat a bitch ass.
Well, they got
Yeah.
DJ Academics up there too, and he be caught stirring up trouble and snitching on him. And you know
Well,
that nigga's a rat, so he's just gonna expose them niggas
what
once he understands.
it's because people like drama, especially black people. The thing is,
Drama
but
loves
but
it.
it's reality shows for like white frats. That's what it's for.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
if you bringing Ack up there anyway, you looking for that type of that
Hmm.
one. You
Yeah.
bringing his crowd over to your area,
Hmm.
and they go in,
Hmm.
and Ack, he already the type that he.
He ain't got
He's a
no
shock.
hands though. It's
He's a shock
crazy.
jock. Oh, don't have to
Yeah,
have hands.
exactly.
He's a shock jock. He,
Hmm.
but
Soft on though.
he got a mouth. That's what you need on YouTube.
But the problem is he when he goes, he
Hmm.
always hits the mark.
Hmm.
He is never. I want to say I
Mhm.
never seen one time when he said something, there
Hmm.
wasn't like a whole bunch of receipts and stuff to back it up, and he's like
Yeah,
firing off like back to
He,
back to
he,
back things.
he had to back off Brittany Renner when he said PJ agreed to have that baby. He said,
yeah, he did
oh,
it.
okay. Wait.
He
He said,
did it.
oh, okay. I can't. I can't back you up on that, PJ.
He had no receipt. He had no receipt. He was talking emotional that time, but usually he has.
No, well, it's get real murky and cloudy when that kind of stuff happened. I knew what happened. So
TJ's his
so
friend, so
yeah, I knew what happened. So when as soon as I heard it, I said, okay. I said,
come on,
you
man.
fell in love. So
Yep.
Come
you
on,
got you
man.
sprung.
See, at least one I kept saying that. I'm like, yo, why y'all getting on this dude? You never fell in love
What
before.
was that? What was that?
Tune up Lenny Williams.
Oh,
Oh.
you, who you talking about, BGS?
Huh?
He was
Huh?
talking about act.
No, we talk about PJ
PJ.
Washington. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
PJ
he
Washington,
was
yeah.
sprung.
Oh
Oh, he
yeah.
was
Yeah, he
sprung.
was
Well,
definitely
you know
sprung.
what? You know what? I was telling this to Doc, right? I finally figured out what's wrong with Will Smith and why he's still with Jada.
He sprung.
What's going on with
Thunderbolt.
Will?
Oh yeah,
Oh, he was in
yeah,
love
yeah.
with the
He
image.
no he so when he first saw her when she didn't get the role for Fresh
Different
Prince,
world.
right? No,
Oh no,
Fresh
Fresh
Prince.
Prince.
No,
Yeah.
she came
Oh,
walking out of the
love
office
at first
and
sight.
he had never seen her before, right? And all of a sudden he was Thunderbolt hit him.
Oh,
She even cussed him out the first time.
imprinted
But
him.
whatever it is, but that's a Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt's stronger than the imprint.
Oh shit. So he
And what's
can't.
his sign too?
I
What's
think
his?
I can't let it go.
You know about them Thunderbolts, Charles.
Shut up. Shut your goddamn mouth up.
Now line nigga lips up, huh? All
Shut
right,
your.
all right. And enough said. Enough. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I think you're aware of it, sir.
Oh, he's a leader.
Mm.
That's some ugly goddamn rumors being spread there, pal. Ugly goddamn rumors. Such an. I will never.
Every male thought has a weakness. Okay,
I have never heard such nigger.
but that's
Such
what happened.
niggas.
Yeah, that's what
Oh
happened.
yeah.
Cause as soon as he said, because he wrote in his book, right when he first laid eyes on her, I said,
Mhm.
oh, that's what happened. Okay, now I get it.
Mhm.
Now I get it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was thrown for a loop.
No, see, he was struck. He like Michael
Yeah.
Corleone with Apollonia. He saw her. Oh shit! He couldn't even speak.
True.
Who
There
is
you go.
that? Huh?
But,
So what?
and it goes back to back to back. Like most of these men that are saying the stuff that they're saying, I don't know if they've never been in a situation where they had a woman really do like the woman that they wanted, and she did the type of stuff that you wanted her to do as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
you going. Look, I know we're in this space. Y'all be like fuck love and stuff like that. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you never had it before or something. Whatever.
If you never had it before, you don't know what I'm talking about. So, but I've
Right.
had it before. So as soon as I heard it, I said, okay, that's what it is. And the only
Mhm.
way to get away from a chick like that is not to have her in your presence at all.
At all.
That's
Right
the only way.
now.
Yeah, because you don't want
Oh,
it to
Like,
stop.
mine calls me every
because it
other.
doesn't matter. You know.
Mine calls me every other month or so, like that, a week. We've been apart for years. I
Mhm.
hear that girl voice. I'm like, no,
Click. Yep.
nope,
Nope. 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 Like, nope. 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 Nope.
nope.
Don't come near me. Don't come to my house. Don't come to my door.
So what you
Nope.
say?
You ain't trying to
What you
deal with a
doing right now?
BDS?
You about to
Ain't
fly out?
trying to do it, huh?
You
So
coming
what?
out here? You flying out here? Wait, no,
Mm-mm.
no, I didn't mean that.
Mm-mm.
So I gotta hang up
Mm-mm.
the phone.
No, you don't even answer the phone. You see it, you block. That's automatic block. Okay, boop. Nope. Ain't getting back into that one.
Mm-mm.
Why not BDS? She could be a friend.
Hmm. Okay. You know how you been to Magic Mountain, right? You know how you sit in the seat
Yeah,
and and then they check you and they bring that bar down. You
yeah.
locked in to the end of the ride, man. And that's what it's like with a Thunderbolt. You can't get off the ride until the end of the ride. If you want to go through that, you can go through that. But the
The
thing is,
minute
you locked in, and you can't. She can't leave, and you can't leave until the end of the
Yeah.
ride.
You saying
the
nigga that's a
manosphere is
lifetime
here.
until one of
And
us
it doesn't
die?
matter. It doesn't matter because Thunderbolt don't care about whether you're compatible, whether you can get along. Doesn't care about any of that. Okay, you with her because you're attracted to her so strongly that you can't get away from her. That's a Thunderbolt.
Well,
Mhm.
Go
hopefully
back
it
and look
match
at
up.
go back and look at that Godfather with Michael Corleone. As soon as
If
he
any,
saw her, he said, "My
if
friend gets got struck by the thunderbolt."
if anything, you would hope that she is what you need when it comes down to a woman. Because if that's the case, then I feel like that's what those old folks back in the
Mm-hmm.
I'm old. I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's what, like, the older folks back in the day where they, like, they've been together 30, 45 years and stuff like that, and they still
Mm-hmm.
got love, and they still kissing, they still doing that nasty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Yeah, I see this now, I had some grandparents like that on my stepfather's side. They had
Mm-hmm.
real love.
Grandma been married for 40 years, but there's always that one guy that she cannot be around.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but it sounds like
Mm-hmm.
there's a
Because
difference
he's
between.
trouble, and she just barely got away from him, and she don't want to ever see him again, not even hear his voice.
Yeah, there's a term the French use called amour fou, foolish love,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a good movie that I saw with Gerard Depardieu, probably 1990, and it's about
Mm-hmm.
him and this woman who they had a love affair, several years prior, but they wound up moving into the same building,
Mm-hmm.
and they're both married, but then the love affair kicks off again.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you want me to, you don't mind if I just spoil it.
No, I don't care. No, we don't. We probably would never see the
Bro,
movie.
that
But
shit
go
is
ahead.
old
Sure.
as fuck, man.
So
Come on,
the affair continues throughout the movie until the very last scene where she shoots him and then herself
Mm-hmm.
because it's the
man.
only way to stop.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's true. It's the only way
Yep.
to stop.
Well, let me leave her ass right over where the fuck she at.
Mm-hmm. She can't.
Uh,
She can't.
Nigga, I would
She
just be
can't.
like, bitch,
She
stay
can't
away
stay.
from me.
She can't stay away. She can't.
yeah.
If she can get to you, she get to you.
Oh man, that's
And if you
scary.
What, so
get,
what you
yeah,
mean? Yeah, so if I move,
I kept a woman married by not moving to a certain city. Okay. If I move to that city, she gonna be with me.
I've been around this person since elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Oh
Mm-hmm.
wow. Nah, you ain't killing me.
I bet, man, BGS, I could hop off the grid. She ain't gonna know, nigga. She gotta figure out where I'm at, nigga.
Well, if you know if you separate, remember what was that one Will Smith was in
Like
with the
Hancock.
white chick, Hancock, right? If they
That's what I
come
was
together,
thinking.
that's what's gonna something's gonna happen. They have to separate. The further they get away from each other, the better.
That
Charles
nigga
is
get
back.
weak and shit. Jesus.
Anyway, y'all, we had over 3 hours. Closing thoughts.
But okay, well, this would be my closing thought. BGS, when can we get an? Are you going to be doing some more readings? Can we do that on the next Patreon stream?
A re- what is it, you guys, with your reading? Because I did your reading, right?
I know, but I'm still trying to learn. I'm telling you, I'm trying to learn. I'm serious, man. Get them old dusty ass scrolls
What
out
reading?
your basement or your attic, because I'm trying to get that knowledge.
If I find my old manual that my teacher gave me, I'll actually do a whole class on it. You guys can do it yourself. Okay?
Yes.
What readings are we talking about?
We talk about astrology reading. I actually do astrology, but I use Jungian psychology. Because in Jungian psychology, you have your mask, you have your psyche, and you have your shadow. Okay?
Hmm.
Your mask is your rising sign. Your sun is your conscious mind, and your shadow, which is your emotions, which is the biggest part of you, is your moon. If you if you
So I'm
blend all
Aquarius,
those three
Scorpio,
together.
Scorpio. So you're saying
Uh
those
huh.
two things? I mean, those three things. You would use that.
Okay. What are you?
Uh,
Say it again. What are you? What's your rising sign?
Aquarius,
Scorpio.
Scorpio,
Aquarius.
Scorpio.
Okay. Basically, oh yeah, that's probably you're a double freak. But in other words,
I was about to say that he's a freak's freak.
yeah. Well, it's already yeah. He's experimental. He's freak, and most of the stuff that he does is hidden. Okay, that's normally a
Nasty
Scorpio.
nigga.
And then the Aquarius, people see
I'm
you
a
as
natural Dick Cheney.
He's a,
the,
as a
the,
smart guy
the
airhead.
Aquarius means that you're how can I say
Smart guy
you're
airhead.
no, he's yeah. Basically, Aquariuses are airhead because they're out into esoteric things. Okay,
Yeah.
so people see you as this bohemian dude that's into esoteric things and stuff like that. But the thing is, inside one thing on the inside, Scorpios are actually very good people persons, right? Scorpios make friends very easily, just like my daughter, my mother, and my grandmother even, right? They're all
Until I came
Scorpios.
to LA.
Yeah. Uh, dude, you got shut the fuck up, man. You got people hanging all over you. Okay. How many shit? How much stuff are you into in L.A., man?
I mean, I came
Uh
during COVID though, so
oh, okay. That's COVID. Okay.
but yeah,
Still,
on the 18th, I will be throwing a party at
yeah. Uh huh. And yeah, so basically you're quiet. I mean, the people think that okay, you're this mystic and all that kind of stuff, man. But basically, you like to party, you like to freak, okay. You like women, and basically you're a big ass people person. Like Scorpios are really good people. So they make friends with everybody.
but they
That's one
drain
thing
the
good
Mm.
hell
about a
out of my
Scorpio.
energy.
Hmm?
Is it more than a Pisces?
We already explained went over your sign, man. We've done it like 4 or 5 times.
He thinks
I
he's
know,
trying to
but
find
can't
something new.
isn't there a way
Pi,
like you?
Pisces can be people persons, but they're not as friendly as Scorpios. Scorpios are naturally
Oh,
friendly
they're
people.
friendly. Okay,
They're
I'm not.
naturally friendly.
I can attract people, but I don't
You
like.
can attract people, but also you have that other side to you. Okay, but Scorpios are Scorpios. It's hard for people not to like Scorpios. They got a ton of friends. Okay, if you're a Scorpio and you're by yourself, there's something wrong.
I
Mm.
think my Aquarius side is the part that actually like deters people because as soon as I start getting down to, like you said, like the smart guy airhead thing, if
Hmm.
you don't, um, if you don't activate my pretty much if you don't activate my thinking side, I'm automatically presenting you the dumb guy because I know that's what you're most likely are gonna
Hmm.
relate to.
Yeah,
So I just dumb it down just so you don't get
yeah,
afraid.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Scorpios are very good at hiding things. You know,
Oh, you be talking real educated around me, bro.
hiding their real self. Scorpios are very good at that.
Oh yeah,
But can't you do like
BGS.
monthly readings? Like, well, not like, but
Hmm
can't you do like readings like in terms of
But
someone's life, in terms of like
but
months
Scorpios
ahead or weeks ahead?
Scorpios love the hoes. That's for sure.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, nigga, they
Mm.
do.
No
Oh
more.
But
my goodness.
I'm
Oh
done
yeah,
with
can't,
this.
BG. Oh yeah,
can't
BGS.
Yeah. What about those two from last week?
Uh
Candy
huh.
Graham?
Oh yeah. Well, one is I got one to go into. She just sent me a text message earlier. She probably gonna go into the military,
Bruh.
and the other one, I think we're talking about going our separate ways. And I almost
Uh
like lost my
huh.
life
Yeah.
Like
Uh
going
huh.
BG,
to
like
some
BGS.
other
This is the
place.
reason why we should shame this
Please
nigga.
don't say
Shame this
goodbye.
nigga.
I ain't shaming people. See,
Oh,
he forgets. Okay, you've been talking, man. You didn't revealed yourself too many times.
I have
And now
needed
we know the personality. Okay, and it fits. And you double Scorpio moon.
you today.
So the mind and feelings actually emotions actually connect. Okay, that means nigga you're on a mission most of the time.
Remember when I said I kept having to fight myself off that my logical side was like, "Fuck, you said Phil,
Oh
motherfucker,
yeah,
you said Phil."
yes they're connected. So
This is
Scorpio
the
essence.
reason why. This is
so anima and animus are actually connected,
you would never.
which is a good
This
thing.
But can't you
this
do
is a
like BGS like with the astrology? Can't you like read into like the future of someone's like life in terms of
no.
like
you can
weeks,
okay
months?
basically when you try to read futures and stuff like that according to where the stars are, what you're actually doing is that under these conditions a person with that particular sign or those particular attributes will actually respond a certain way. You can't tell the future, but you can actually predict the environment and said, okay, most of the people under the sign will react this way in this situation. That's what they actually do. They
But
can't
see,
tell exactly what you're going to do. It doesn't read the future. In fact, none of it actually reads a future. It tells you who you are, what you have, and the environment that you're in, or
and
internally, and then the external environment would actually give you another sign about okay, how would this particular person react in this environment? That's what they do.
and CBGS, we need to shame this young man.
What
You
do you
would
do to
No,
never
we
shame
hear
him?
me.
don't, nigga.
You would never hear you would shame him and Lightbearer because you would
No,
never
we
hear
wouldn't.
a person of my stature talk about such whoremongering.
Shut your lying nigga lips up. Shut your lying nigga lips up.
Wasn't it a
Hey,
situation where a woman walked up to you, kind of
You
like
motherfucker.
hey,
near the
hey,
park and at your car or something like that? And
no,
she was like, "I just want you right now." And you was
no. The thing is, last night, or the other night, what was it? No, yeah, it was yesterday.
oh
In fact,
kisses,
Yeah, well,
cousin T talked about a certain bag
yeah.
that you came to the cigar
Remember that
lounge with,
bag?
sir. Yeah.
Yep. Drink made with kisses or something.
No, 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 no.
Line.
No, he had a whole bag. He had brought to the lounge.
There's deleted.
You think we
God
did?
damn it. I'm eating sushi with this wasabi, you
Wasabi.
No.
know.
See,
Such lies.
BGS.
Such
He had that whole
I said,
bag. I mean, sorry.
yeah. I said and cousin T tried to clean it up. So cousin T, the nigga had a whole bag, didn't he? The deodorant, razor, change your underwear.
Hey, you ever saw Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo? There we go. That's him right there.
it
That
is.
black
I
bag
guess
with
I,
the
I,
with the toothbrush that was a silver. Oh, I bet you got the nice one too.
I'm
it
gonna
was
give
about
brothers a tip from a guy that's been through it, right?
yeah.
If you ever dating a woman, she pops her trunk, she got a whole bag. Beware, okay?
beware.
Always. Oh,
Beware.
okay. Here's how you do this, right? How you do that one. You use a briefcase.
She's
Damn, tell him.
experienced.
Use a
Yeah,
briefcase, right?
yeah. Uh
So
huh.
with the briefcase, if it's the bigger ones, you can
Mhm.
have like a nice pair of pants, a nice shirt, and everything like that all in
Mhm.
there. But put the
Mhm.
books and put like paper on top of it, right?
Mhm.
So then when she opens it, she sees the papers, she sees
Mhm.
the pants and everything like that.
Mhm.
But oh,
Mhm.
that's just a change of clothes, just in case I got to go to work or blah blah blah,
Mhm.
so on and so forth.
Mhm.
And then have
See.
another bag that's your gym bag. So
Mhm.
now you have a 24-hour bag, you have a 72-hour bag, and then in those two bags you have your gym bag, like that'll be your gym
Oh,
stuff.
you are a true Scorpio, man.
hmm Look at
Mhm.
this look at this whoremongering shit.
I'm just helping them out.
For shame, shame.
For shame, for shame.
And by the way, since I can see this, he was amazed by the 40 amount, about the 40 condoms he saw when I was pulling other shit out. Okay.
Nigga.
Can I ask you a question, man? Just,
What the
just,
fuck you
just
keep
nigga,
40
the
condoms?
man to man, right? Why
Nigga
do
to
you need
nigga.
40? Why do you nigga to nigga? Why do you need 40 condoms in your bag?
Where do you keep
Uh,
that shit? Did
No,
they
no,
all
no,
those
hold on,
are
hold
on
on.
fire, nigga.
Pookie, hold on, man. I want to hear this.
What type of man am I? I'd rather have it and never need it than need it.
I'm done.
See,
I'm done. I'm
Free
done.
fuck
I'm just
women.
saying.
Uh,
You
closing
got your
thoughts, folks.
you got your
Closing
colognes
thoughts.
in there too. You know, you got your
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know,
Closing
I know,
thoughts,
I know what
Charles
a
is a
whole
hoe.
bag is, man. That's what I
got
call
your
it.
got
That's
your
a
Closing
whole
thoughts,
bag.
Charles is
got
a
your
hoe.
KY there. You know, you got your
Yeah. I
Charles is a
know you
hoe.
had a whole bag. So when he told me about it, what was in the bag? Oh yeah, he had his whole bag. Okay. Yeah.
Officer
he
Charles
he
That
is a
was
guy
hoe.
he,
with the two
but
bags.
Hold
you
on.
actually brought it into the lounge.
well, that's what I had my liquor.
Oh, okay.
But
You
you
can't
couldn't see the
you can't
condoms till I
Oh,
pulled the stuff
you,
out
you can't. What you have your liquor in the whole bag for, man?
because the whole never know. But anyway,
Bruh, get the hell out of
Anyway,
here.
man. Closing thoughts. What else you guys got?
But Charles is a hoe, and I just want to say that. But
oh
okay, so
yeah.
We call him we don't call him Mongo for nothing. All right.
oh, so
I'm
they're
surprised.
predicting they
I
predict
got
the
to
outcome.
trademark the name Erg Whoremonger.
Oh, Eric Hormonger. Yeah.
They predict
Hey,
they
Eric
predict the
Hormonger
outcome.
is a Jedi in the streets and a Sith in the sheets.
She
Hey,
was.
wait, what was that name that you called me a long time ago? You said I'm uh, uh, uh pretty much it sounded like you're a female whore, or like
A
what is it
concubine.
for females?
A concubine.
Talking about.
Yeah. Well, Jason Black was actually using
If
that
you are,
last week.
Stealing your stick, huh?
Oh yeah, he always does, but that's
he
all
said
right.
that name, nigga. That should be your title. Put that right next to your
He should.
army
He
major.
should.
Say
He
it
should
right
put.
next to
Yeah,
He
that.
should,
yeah. I call black men nowadays unpaid concubines.
Uh,
Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell the army to send you a
like,
specialized
wait a
badge
minute.
right
Should
there.
I feel bad? Should I feel bad if she leaves a
Yep.
100 spot on the dresser?
No, you should. If no, she
hey, wait, I want that.
she should call it back next week.
I know, right? Like it
Mhm.
was. It was funny because one of my ex's birthdays. Well, now yesterday. It's kind of
Oh,
funny
see,
because
that's
her
why I get
birthday's
all.
today, and her son's birthdays. Her birthday was yesterday. Her son's birthday's today. It was the one. Remember the one when I was in the car with the two chicks? It was
Hmm.
that one. It
Okay.
was that one. You were
Hmm.
like, ooh, she chocolate.
Yeah, she's chocolate. She's cute. I like chocolate women. I got to show you. Send you a picture of my baby mama one day. Yeah,
Oh shit.
she double chocolate.
Oh shit.
Wait, which one? No, that's not.
Darker than your
Hmm.
daughter.
Which one? I only got one. Which one?
It was darker than your
Man,
daughter.
yeah, and trust and believe, I barely scraped through with just one. So
Phew, God damn. I
yeah,
was like,
because I should have had four, but then that's I should have been like the judge, but you know.
Look,
I tell
I
you what.
have four
I tell you what. If
miscarriages last
she's
year. From the
Hmm.
Jesus
one I told
Christ.
y'all, she was remember remember. Oh man, this was years ago. No, it wasn't last year. Wow, when I first came to the Manosphere, I was
Hmm.
like, nah, she's different, and
Hmm.
all y'all was
Hmm.
messing with me. He was like, oh,
Hmm.
that nigga nose wide open.
It
Oh,
was. It was.
It
Yeah, it
was.
was.
but
We
yeah,
lied.
she had like four miscarriages,
Hmm.
and then I had one years ago. So shoot,
Hmm.
I want to be like Judge right about now.
Oh, you. That's true love, man.
True
Ah,
love.
True
whatever.
love.
Uh,
Mm.
well, she
He
went
in
and found a
love.
clone, so it's all good.
Oh,
Oh
okay. Well,
shit.
she found another imprint. Okay, you're her imprint, so she just found another guy close to you. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
anybody else?
Um. Let me see my last words. I am not a crook or whore, and
Crook, I can believe. Yeah, I don't believe you're a crook, but
uh,
but you are an unpaid concubine, sir.
hey, I am heavily rewarded. Every time a chick goes out of town, I get stuff.
You'll
Or
get
if they come in from
cigars,
DC, they get
cigars and
cigars,
liquor.
liquor, food, and because they
Okay,
want to
all right.
chill with this nigga. So
Okay, all right. Okay, you're learning. You're learning.
they come over and clean up.
Michael H says every guy in law enforcement has a whole bag. You never know when you're gonna get dirty.
Well, after cleaning up the city, it's time to get dirty and gritty.
Yeah, because when I said cousin Tito fell out when I called it a whole bag, he just fell
I,
out. He fell
I
over.
felt so.
He couldn't
I,
say
I,
nothing.
All
and it
right.
was like cousin Tito just looked at me like he looked at me and was like the audacity of this nigga. The audacity.
All right, I got
Uh,
closing. I got
Go
closing.
ahead.
All right, here we go. So, thank you for letting me come up here with you. Watch out if y'all start a show. Don't let it. Make sure that you put it up there where they have to actually um, sign in to be able to come on the show because I had somebody come up there and say
Oh, we
Democrats are
got
nigga,
troll.
yeah, the trolls and stuff, but they
Mm-hmm.
use Charles' picture and they use Art's
Oh
picture
yeah. Oh yeah.
to come up. That was wild. So I was scared to let people up. And
Yeah, okay. What you do if you're not sure, what you do is you make sure that you're full screen on you, which is a
mhm.
single, and then
Mhm,
talk to them in the background. And if they don't talk, you drop them.
Okay.
mhm.
And
Because I ain't
then
think I put all those gifts up.
In other words, you hit the solo. Uh,
mhm,
if I can do a solo
the
layup,
first one.
yeah, uh, yeah,
I
do
ain't think
that.
I put them gifts out.
You do that, and then
Mhm.
nobody can see anything behind that,
All
and then
right.
you can talk to them, but you can hear them, just can't see them.
Yeah, they play some white noise or whatever like that. And
Mm.
then you know, can I shameless plug the website?
You can pimp that motherfucker.
All
You have a
right.
wrench?
Put them on the
So
home
Yeah,
make
struggle.
sure
pimp
that
it.
y'all go to manospherebm.com. Like I said before, what I'm trying to do is if go ahead and if you want to make your content, you can make it over there, or you can make it over
Mhm.
here and then pull it over there. However you
Mhm.
want to do it. But
Mhm.
best believe the reason why we have this, or the reason, yes, the reason
Mhm.
why we have this right now is so we could save our stuff on our site, because I actually went searching and I found like a couple of white um MGTOW sites that have some of y'all old stuff up there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
I,
So
I,
this one,
yeah, I got a bunch of guys that save all my stuff that
all
come from
right.
MGTOW. Yeah.
So this one is for black guys.
Okay.
Manosphere BM, black males or black men.
Okay. Okay.
ManosphereBM.com. That's the first part. And when y'all need your taxes done, if y'all feel like, hollering at a brother, DaVinci
Okay.
Tax and Investments.com.
Okay. Do me a favor. Whatever links you want, put it in the comment section after the show. I'll actually pin it to the. I'll actually pin it to the top of the comments.
All right.
All right.
And by the way, Art of it more, I'm gonna do what I do best. Besides look good and strut around women, I'm gonna kick your ass a man again. Well, no, no, wait a minute. Win championships, look good. I'm gonna kick your ass again, man.
And,
Yeah.
and, and Mongo eat candy.
That is not a that is shameful when that is shameful when your parents tell you to slow down. Like I've slowed down. I said I don't even remember the last time I had. Never mind. Shit,
Yeah,
she came
you
over
probably
early.
don't, but at least you only have one ding on your record, so that's not too bad.
Oh, she came over today, so okay. Shut
Mm-hmm.
up, BGS.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
N-
Everybody
It,
loves
it's,
orange sherbet.
it, it's, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility, sir.
And look, look.
Anyway, y'all.
Oh, I just wanted to say thanks.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Appreciate it. It was a good time.
Oh yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Oh yeah. You're definitely gonna get a good horror story from somebody.
Oh,
Woo.
you sharing it? Okay.
Oh yeah, no, because I had to take something from you real quick because I wanted to make sure that. So the very first article is the official recognized being black manosphere channels,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna make another one with the whole library.
Okay.
So you the one that made this one in the first one, right?
Okay.
So whenever y'all got an update or whatever like that, if y'all have an opinion on what it is, who needs to be added to it? Look, see, I ain't even add myself to
Nigga, you didn't even
Got,
add me.
got to get your weight up, man.
it. But
Nigga, you didn't even add me to it.
yeah,
Got to get your
you
weight
are
up,
in there.
youngster.
Wait, hold on. You're in there. I know I saw you in there.
No, I see me. Go up, go up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go, right there. Boom.
yeah, about to say. I
Shoot,
see
I
what's
didn't
kind of
make
hurt.
this. BGS made this.
Actually, it was the habitual line steppers. They actually actually proves it and actually put it up every quarter.
Oh,
I
okay,
just
okay.
posted.
All right. Well, I'm trying to get my weight up. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
yeah.
get
He's
that
Get
still
there.
gonna get his
get your
weight up.
weight up, youngster. That's all. That's all you got to do.
But
Anyway,
I
y'all.
ain't gonna perpetrate. So yeah, this is it. This is the website. It's an actual, like, boom. You see that already. But
Mm-hmm.
it has who it comes from. I just put it up here because I wanted to make sure that y'all can see some good stuff first and everything. Actually what I want to make sure that BGS. I'm gonna siphon it and make sure that it all goes back to your name and
Okay.
back to your site and back to your. So it already does that,
Mm-hmm.
but like right now it's because I did it. So
Okay.
but past that point though, all y'all gotta do is just make sign in just like YouTube. You can sign in
Mm-hmm.
with your Google.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy. You can everything that y'all do here, you could do it
Mm-hmm.
there, and you can make
Okay.
money off your stuff. So
Okay.
you could charge just like I could put a paywall up for you, or you could charge for every video that you have up there, or when you run your videos as well, the commercials come on there. You get paid for the AdSense that's on Google, as well as the AdSense that comes from our website as well. So
Okay.
Oh man, I can't wait to do commercials. Hey, I'm Charles Faulkner. You may remember me from such films as Electric Gigolo. We're here to
Yeah.
support BGS. Oh my
so yeah.
goodness.
All right, folks.
Woo! Good to do
Time
it.
for the
Good
time for the
afternoon.
old
Good nights.
for the old man to go to bed.
All right.
Library, stay out of trouble.
Oh,
Ha
look,
ha.
I'm good on these computers. I ain't messing with nothing no more. Almost lost my life this week, so I'm good.
Uh-huh. All right.
Have a good night.
All right. All right, y'all. Peace.